Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to an overcast, chilly day here at Eastern Oval for the BFNL's match of the round. It's second place East Point hosting third place Darley, and Mark Shelley joins us with the comments this afternoon. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Toddy, on this very brisk Saturday afternoon in wintry Ballarat. Good to be here.
Indeed. So strike 1 and 2 to East Point in the early games played today. East Point doing it comfortably in the under-19s, as mentioned, and the reserves, well, privy to the score there at the end. They got it done by 147 points, if you don't mind. So, well, East Point have a couple of outs. Darley still with 5 or 6 shy of their best, and none more so important than Billy Myers, and the unfortunate suspension of Zane Lahure, and, of course, 40-goal kicker last year. I speak of Will Johnson. Those three big outs for the Devils. I mean, they'd be flat out getting it done against East Point with a full side, let alone with half a dozen out.
Yeah, that's right. And I think I had a look through from when we met them earlier in the year, and there's actually 10 different players playing this game than we played them in round one. So completely different set of personnel. So.
And East Point likewise?
Yes, East Point, I think there's at least six or maybe even 7 differences there. So you've got a total of, at least 16 different players that didn't play against each other in round one. Yeah,
and some key top-end inclusions for East Point since that round one anomaly for them. They haven't lost a game since, mind you, when they went down to the Devils by 96 points. It really turned a few heads, but there's been a correction since. Well, Joe Carmody returned into the country, mind you, and they picked up Jacob Brown and, of course, welcome back Jackson Merritt into the side. And Brown and Merritt rank 1 and 4 in the comp for uncontested marks and average 17 marks a game between them. So, they've been an integral part of East Point and their back half this year.
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to take a fair bit of checking to keep both of those guys under control today, I would have thought.
East Point have won the toss and they'll kick to the left of screen. Well, you can't tell with the trees on the vision. There's considerable breeze. Call it 3 goals. And
3 to 4.
Yep, some serious territory gain off the slippery deck here at Eastern Oval to be gained. So we wonder if the Devils could keep the all-conquering or near all-conquering East Point in check in this opening term. Here's the ball up in the middle of a muddy Eastern Oval. Tap one by Hovey. Second effort, okay. Ground level ball shovelled out by Rodder Moronis. Expect conditions to suit him. Hand pass from Filmer. Got it to Merritt. Hurried kick forward. Here comes McDougall. Comp rank 2 for goals this year. Kick inside 50. Wide to the pocket. Off-hands dribbling ball. And there'll be a boundary throw in. So an encouraging opening 30-second start for East Point with an early forward 50 entry. We'll endeavour to keep you updated with scores around the grounds. North Ballarat host Melton. The Lakers host Sebastopol. So 2 games in the east and 2 in the west. Sunbury host Redan. And Melton South host Bacchus Marsh. Swarm of players around the footy. Falls out to Matty Johnson. Has a pot shot at the goals to open scoring here at Eastern Oval. And he's off to the left and through for a minor score as the rain starts to move in.
Another one of those is going to need plenty of close checking today, Matty Johnson, I would have thought.
So who can get some dry ball with the breeze? That may play a part also under the elements today here at Eastern Oval. So a mediocre crowd, but a brave crowd nonetheless in these conditions as Matthew Brett brings the ball back into play. Excellent exponent of the drop punt given the conditions. Ground ball, and there'll be a ball up. So the Devils will want to be within touch at the half, given Easter 10-0 for second halves this year. They've been quite dominant the longer the game goes. And the hosts will get a free kick here. Van Meel leads the comp for hits to advantage per game on average. Goes forward. Ground ball here for Brett. Caught over the footy. Robinson. The reinforcement. Geordie Johnson swinging a miss. Pressure good from Denham. Ball, opportunity for Cairns. He couldn't gather the footy. Matty Johnson. Well, he roped the ball back in away from Cairns before Cairns somehow came up with it, but the umpire intervened and did all and sundry a favour and to effect a stoppage. So All of the opening minutes played in East Point's half. Tap one by Van Meel. Baker over the footy. Copy, paste, stoppage imminent. Somehow, though, gets shoveled out. Matty Johnson with the third touch. Good pressure. Speaker touch number 4. High up and under kick from Johnson. They'll be lucky to pay the mark. Speaking to miss by the fish by Hovey, but he got it on the second occasion. Fawcett's gather was okay. Back through traffic. Ball at ground level. Congested footy. Did well not to infringe there, Denham. There'll be a ball up. So 3 Fawcett's running out for the Devils today. Thought I'd tap into that. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Chance of Baker. The gather was terrific. Quick hands. Got it over towards Adam Azzopardi. Back in the side today. Got the ball to the defensive 50 before Joel Cadman's bailed up by McDougall. And there'll be a boundary throw-in. So, misty rain. Just travelling in the direction of the breeze from right to left as East Point kick with the aid of a 3 or 4 goal breeze. Tap one by Hovey. Open ball opportunity here for Jeffrey. Pressure was good from Matricati. Ball got towards half-back. Kick across the body there from Matricati. Got it towards half-forward. Beecham leading into the race for the ball. Lost his footing, went to ground, opened the door for Thompson, who got it to Brown, who found Filmer. So, an extraordinary out late for Darley. Brett Bewley, he's obviously injured himself in the warm-up. And into the side comes under 17, number 9, James Hardinge. So how about that?
Incredible.
No Brett Bewley.
Yeah, obviously must have done something in the warm-up because he was out there warming up and now he's not there.
Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Gee, it's going to be a courageous effort from the Devils. No Brett Bewley, no Billy Myers, no Will Johnson, no Zane Lahoure, but they're hanging in. 4.5 minutes gone. East Point 1 lead. Darley no score. Denham goes along the line in the direction of Bright. Howard pushed him under the footy. And the kick from Cadman was touched, went over the line for a boundary throw-in. Attacking side of centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. Thought I needed to get my eyes checked there when I saw the laid out. So front spot, Hovey, Van Meel. Gee, there'll be plenty asked of Baker today. He's dribbling ball towards half forward. Chance of Matricati swinging a miss. It won't be the first time today. And he has a party kick across the body. Geez, it's tough out there. Another swing and a miss that time from Azzopardi. Oh, it was Spiteri, in fact. He'll get another opportunity. Dumped as he kicked. Not his finest few seconds, albeit them uncomfortable. Ball still inside Darley's forward 50. Merritt, they combine by hand. Over towards Molan. Chance here for Cairns. Had the ball intercepted. Taken away from him by Crawford, who did well to send the Devils back into attack. Right with the juggling attempt. Had it stolen away by him. And holding the ball, said the umpire. So just a bit of lack of communication there from the Devils. So out of side. Half back flank. It'll be Merritt, who goes with the penetrating kick, almost to half forward. Jesus, tough conditions out there at the moment.
Going to be a day of attrition.
Indeed. East Point with the only score of the game. And if you've just joined us via the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre, Brett Bewley, laid out. Big news. Ball up. Kick across the body, high up and under, towards the attacking 50 for East Point. Jeffrey sets himself, couldn't take the mark. Geordie Johnson tried to shovel it out to Willems. Loose ball fell into the hands of Jeffrey. Squaring kick across the face. Oh, umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Matty Johnston for a hold.
Against Adam Azzopardi.
And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here. Johnston with the only score of the game. Kicked her behind early. But will just continue to accumulate in the trying conditions. Rain, hail or shine, he's never far away from the action.
No, it's going to be the team, I think, today, Todd, that's clearly got the cleaner possession today, the cleaner use of the footy
So it'll be Matty Johnson, deliberate approach. They like it. Off the boot, he gets the opener of the game. They're 1-1-7 East Point through Matty Johnson. In this 8th minute of this opening term, they lead Darley no score.
Quick around the grounds, we've got Sunbury 2 behinds, Trail Redan 1 goal. Melton South 2 behinds, Bacchus yet to score. And there's no score update for the other game yet.
Yeah.
Lakers and
Sebas. Yeah, they're asleep at the wheel. There's always one.
Yeah.
But it's good to see Melton South engaging. They're normally a bit slack on the HQ.
Yeah.
Couldn't blame them, really, given what's transpired. Season 2024. Anyway, we're back at the restart. Tap one by Van Neal. Was nearly as good as a kick given the conditions. Swing and a miss by foot from Rodder Moronis. Gathered by Andy has a party. Got the hand pass from brother Adam. Kick went towards broadcast centre wing. Willems overran the footy. Merely might have caught one high. His pressure was good on Brown. He dropped it. Good decision from the umpire. Good second effort there from young Merely. Yep. He's just played 4 games in the reserves this year for the Devils. And he wastes no time. He goes with the right boot towards the attacking 50. Cabin had plenty of it. The umpire will pay the mark. Gets up a little gingerly. Good player, Joel Cadman. Kicks to the hot spot. Right to target. Plenty of it. Couldn't hang on to it. Filmer, bailed up by Baker. They're under the pump here, East Point. Left foot kick out of defence. Only went as far as Cadman. It was ushered over the line by Willems, and he'll be a boundary throwing 45 metres away from the Darley goal.
Good pressure there by Willems.
Spiteri, just with a right hand on that troublesome hamstring. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Boundary throwing. Hobie swinging a miss by fist. Over the back, chance for Inglis. Got it to Andy as a party. Sends the ball forward. Should have been a mark end or free kick, but chance to right. He might have snuck it in there, the big fella.
Yep, Brady Wright.
And he has. There's the square up from the Devils. Lucky to get away with that. I thought it might have been a push on Brown, but luck's a fortune. And Wright, more known for his aerial presence, was able to
may have been a tad
finish
lucky
in
there.
general plate.
Yeah, tad lucky there. The umpire was turned the opposite way.
10 minutes gone opening term. Darley get one into the breeze. No trail East Point. My 1 point. 7 plays 6 here. Somehow there's a bit of light on the subject. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meal. Second knock from Baker. Only went as far as Kenny, who ran into the quagmire and was bailed up by Adam Azzopardi. And there'll be a ball up right in the middle of the ground here. So it'll be Hovey again. Tap one by Van Meal. Could have been a hold there to the Devils. He'll get it. It'll go to Matt Riccardi.
Darcy.
So Darcy Matricardi with ball in hand. Short right foot kick. Went into the middle of the ground towards Denham. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go Darley's way. It's going to go to Fawcett with a muddy ball. It's more brown than red now. Inglis caught one high. Umpire let it go. Chance of merit. Threw the ball onto the boot. They're out here. Filmer will just hold up play momentarily and swing onto the right boot. Kick might have been touched off the boot. Umpire agreed. Loose ball opportunity. One arm tackle there from Taylor on Fawcett. Saw the ball spill free to Matty Johnson. Cleverly kicked it over the shoulder to McDougall. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here.
Very clever there by Johnston. Could have blazed away, but took the shorter option.
Right place, right time. 25 metres out from goal. So Matty Johnson with the opener.
Lining up for his second.
Brady Wright with the
McDougall
square up. And now McDougall a chance to kick his first of the afternoon. As we near the 12-minute mark of this opening term, McDougall, as he did in the warm-up, missed across to the left for a minor score. So a let-off for the Devils. 1-2-8 East Point lead Darley, 1 goal straight 6. Tick over 12 minutes gone in this opening term here. Of course, the big out in the warm-up, the reigning dual Henderson medalist, Brett Bewley will...
Matty Brett will assume kicking duties for the entire day, you would have thought now.
So Matty Brett brings the ball back into play to the outer side of the ground. Juggling attempt at the mark was paid to Angwin. So Angwin to provide some aerial presence in the back half in the absence of Lahure. Goes with the left foot to the outer centre wing. Ground level ball gathered by Geordie Johnson. Might have caught one over the shoulder. Umpire let it go. Q went through traffic. Onto the volley there of Angwin. Gained about 25 metres for his side.
It's a hold.
And the kick's going to be paid down the ground. Dumped as he kicked. And it'll result in a shot on goal here. McDougall's quick to put his hand up and say, I'll have this one. And he'll go back and shoot from near identical to his earlier shot on goal that resulted in a behind. And a chance to...
Brady Wright looks in trouble behind play too.
Extend on this 2-point lead. Oh, can anything go right for the Devils at the moment? Well, that resultant goal certainly didn't help their cause. McDougall gets his first. East Point get their second. And the advantage on the scoreboard. And the advantage with personnel. The Devils just dropping like flies at the moment. Spiteri looked to be holding that troublesome hamstring, as I mentioned. And Wright a little bit worse for wear. Sucking in the big ones, as they say. Back at the restart, it'll be Beecham in the ruck. Tap one by Van Meel. They look good here, East Point. Loose hand pass through traffic to Conlon. Dribbling ball to the outer side of the ground. Foot race on in earnest. Fawcett went the soccer. Deliberate every day of the week.
It's on the full.
Gone out of bounds on the full nonetheless. So the kick from Merritt to the hot spot. Who's at the back? Clean bowled them all. McDougall went the soccer. Open the door here for Boland. Clean gather. Then he spilled it just as they give him the wrap. Chance for Matt Riccardi to get the Devils out of trouble. Kicks QF off the side of the boot beyond the defensive 50 out of bounds on the full. And it'll come back in as quick as it went out. Taylor's short kick. Good pressure there from Matt Riccardi. Went along the line with the dribbling ball. Can Brown keep it in? No, he can't. Boundary throw in half forward broadcast side for East Point. 14, they lead Darley 6.
Looks like Brown's got the job on Spiteri today.
Tap one by Van Meer, went over the back looking towards Geordie Johnson. Went without it. Merely might have caught one without it. Going the soccer, the percentages there was Andy Azzopardi. Hovey wanted to hold it, he'll get one, the big fella. So, Hovey goes to the high, up and under kick. Goes out in the Cadman direction. Speak of Joel, he couldn't gather. Gee, the simple fundamentals are difficult for even top-end players today, Mark.
Yeah, the skill level today is going to be well and truly tested with these conditions. Yep.
60 metres out from the Darley goal. Tap one by Van Meer. We've said that a bit already this afternoon. The tap through traffic from Hovey. Inglis got on the end of it, but his kick went straight into traffic. Rodder Moronis over the footy. Just shovels it out to Taylor. We tried to rush the ball forward. It was denied an exit. There'll be a ball up. East Point 14, lead Darley 6. He's kicking with the aid of a breeze. It seems to have subsided momentarily. Hot tackle there from Rodder Moronis on Murley. Strong tackle. 2 weight divisions, those two. Or different weight divisions. Tap one by Van Meel. Went to the voice of Jeffrey and found him. Penetrating kick to centre wing. Matty Brett and Robinson going head-to-head there. Umpire let it go. Matty Johnson got the loose ball. Dribbling ball forward inside 50. Duncan Cabin and McDougall. Duncan Cabin went to ground. Oh, he's been pinged for holding the ball. Bit tough, given the conditions. So McDougall will wheel around onto the right boot. Got around Angwin. Now had a pot shot and missed all and sundry off to the left out of bounds on the full.
Probably a bit unlucky there, Cadman, I would have thought. In these trying conditions, Todd.
Yeah, once you go to ground, though, and you hold it in, you're always in trouble.
You're liable, aren't you?
Yep. So East Point 14 lead, Darley 6. So James Hardinge late in the absence of Brett Bewley, who obviously did something in the warm-up. So James Hardinge, an under-17 player from the Devils, was BOG in the Interleague game against the Hampton League. So he gets another opportunity today.
Yeah, third senior game today.
So the kick beyond the defensive 50. Umpires picked out a free kick here.
A push.
Let's go to Beecham. So Beecham with ball in hand. He's close to the man on the mark. The kick goes along the line in the Hovey direction. Loose ball opportunity here for Baker. The gather was clean, but he ran out of space over the line for a throw-in. Right in front of us here, broadcast side, attacking side of centre wing for East Point, who lead by 8 points. Near 19 minutes gone opening term. Tap one by Van Meel. Moland gathered, fired the hair pass out to the voice of Filmer. Baker done for a sling. Advantage paid. Filmer wasted no time. Duncan Cameron dropped what he should have taken. Juggling attempt from force. It wasn't a bad effort. Two brothers combining
Brothers in
there.
arms.
But a loose ball will result in a stoppage 49 metres out from the East Point goal. Near 19 minutes gone here. East Point lead by 8 points. Tap one by Van Meel. Rodder forced to release the footy by hand. Chance here for Inglis. Swing and a miss by foot. And Denham manages to get the ball out of trouble. And a resultant boundary throw in 65 metres around from the East Point goal.
Big challenge today for Jason Fawcett, Todd. I see he's got the job on Geordie Johnston today. So,
Yeah, not what you want to wake up to on a Saturday morning. Ball up. Matty Johnson at the back. Dribbling ball. Shallow entry inside 50. Clever knock on there from Canny. Got it to Molan. He too went the soccer along the ground. Geordie Johnson. Kick across the body. The X Factor rises to the top in tough conditions. And he kicks his first. Well, something out of nothing there for East Point, but reward for weighted possession in their front half. And they get back-to-back goals. Their third of the afternoon.
quick update around the ground. Sebas 3-3-21. Lake Wendouree 1 behind. Redan 3 straight 18. Sunbury 1-3-9. Melton South 2-4-16. Bacchus Marsh 2-1-13. And Melton 2-1-13. North Ballarat yet to score.
Melton South still striving for their first quarter win of the season. Of course, they won one last year, and that happened to be against the Cobras. Can they repeat the dose? Filmer went the soccer, knocked off the footy. Chance here for the Devils through Matt Triccardi. Went the territory gained. Was well read off the boot by Howard. Just did everything but mark the footy. Thompson just kept the ball in front of him and ensured the ball found its way over the line to a defender's best friend, albeit the boundary line.
Brady Wright still off the ground.
There'll be a boundary throw in, 45 metres around from the Darley goal. Well, Spiteri on the ground, no Brady Wright. He's being looked at off the ground. Tap one by Van Meel. Opportunity there for the big fella to do his own clearance work there, Van Meel. Tackling the footy was good there from Robinson on half-back. Just turned and got a territory gain kick towards half-forward. Johnson and Cadman. Johnson was clever. Speak of Geordie, lowered the eyes and went to the advantage of McDougall, who ran onto the footy. Took an uncontested chest mark in the end, running with the flight of the ball. And not for the first time a shot from that position on the outer side of the ground.
This is his third shot from this nearly identical position today, McDougall.
So he's kicked one.
Very hard to stop East Point, Todd, when they get that sort of running flow on overlap going.
Yep, indeed. Yeah. Of course, they're going for 11 on the trot today, and that will complete the set, having beaten every side in the comp in succession. So McDougall lowers the eyes and, well, didn't get enough on the kick. It was well read off the boot by the experienced Matthew Brett, who'll go short into the pocket. Oh, It's out of bounds on the full. Costly error. We'll just see whether they're made to pay the Devils for their errant way on that occasion. How's the kick?
Hit the post.
Hit the post, so a let off for the Devils on that occasion. So Matthew Brett gets a second opportunity. So it was Billy Jones who missed that shot on goal. So the rain has said, oh, well, let's go to Eastern Oval again. And you can just see the windscreen wipers in true regional footy style just having an impact on the other side of the fence.
The lights were on earlier. They might need to be back on.
Yeah, they can do worse than turn the lights on and give us a yellow footy. Van Meel's thump was good. Matt Riccardi matched that. Knocked it back only as far as Matty Johnson. And he's searching hand pass. Well, conceded a little bit of territory that's gone out of bounds. So East Point lead by 15 points. 23 and a half minutes gone opening term. Very undermanned Darley. No Bewley laid out in the warm-up. And Brady Wright on the bench. Baker wanted to push, denied by the umpire. Scrimmage of players around the footy. Whistle a minute, there'll be a ball up. So, the Johnson brothers and McDougall, three of the four leading East Point goal kickers in season 2024, have a goal apiece already this afternoon. Speaking of Matty Johnson, his left foot kick across the body. Clean bowled Cadman. Open the door here for McDougall, who went the soccer. Angwin, the pursuant, got nudged. But the tackle was good from Cadman. Chance here for Bishop. Hurried kick from Cadman. Dumped as he kicked. Went down the ground. But unfortunately for the Devils, the down the ground was about 9 or 10 metres as Matt Riccardi comes broadcast side. Look at that breeze. Merely got hold of the footy momentarily before it spewed out of his hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward, broadcast side for East Point, near 25 minutes gone. It's the Kangas who lead by 15 points. Who's over the back? Oh, courage shown there from Inglis. And he'll square away another stoppage. So, there's the ball up.
Plenty of East Point players rolling up to the stoppage there.
Adam Azapati, hurried kick, only as far as Howard, who went by hand over to Taylor. Near swing and a miss. Well, Baker just pushed Johnson to ground. And then wasn't able to take advantage of that. And the ball's been squared away for another stoppage on half forward for East Point. Tap one by Hovey. Matt Riccardi, tackled, taken to the ground. No prize, said the umpire.
East Point with an extra one behind the footy too, down back.
Tap one by Hovey on that occasion. Crawford couldn't gain any possession. Bit of a copy-paste stoppage more than likely here as Hovey gets back to his feet. The Darley ruckman in his third game at the level. Just tapped it to his feet, hoping Crawford could gather. He did. He released the footy, but only to Merritt, who got it to Matty Johnson, arguably the leading possession winner on the ground. Need to be quick here, the Devils. Matthew Brett just shoveled the ball like one of my 3 irons on a Sunday afternoon off the side of the boot. Deliberate out of bounds in the end.
East Point looking for the deliberate too.
Yeah, it just doesn't get paid at this level.
No.
And I seem to find myself mentioning that from week to week. But as long as it's consistent, I'm okay with that. Boundary throw-in. Tap one by Hovey. Crawford again. Well, just threw it away. Chance here for Bishop. Some good pressure there from the youngster. On Cairns. And there'll be a boundary throw-in. And Cairns sort of eyed off Bishop there and just saw him that he was half the size, so he didn't bother. Boundary throw-in. A flat one at that. Tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Taylor. Chance here for Matt Riccardi. These conditions suit the Matt Riccardi boys. They've been good in the opening term. Look at that ball hold up in the breeze. Jacob Brown took an uncontested mark and he'll waste no time. Off he goes to half forward. He'll go long. Deep into the square. Off hands. danger. Socket off the ground there by Cadman to concede a behind. A rushed one at that.
Geez, he got some height there, Robinson.
Yeah. He can take a grab. 23 goals this year, Robinson. So it'll be Brett who'll go to the outer side of the ground. Got plenty on the kick, but reading it well off the boot there was Merritt. Took another mark. So he too starting to build, and he'll go short. Speaking of building, Johnson's one of those. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here, deep in this opening term. Couldn't be long left in this quarter with just the 4 goals, but quite a number of stoppages, in fairness.
Probably another minute or minute and a half, I'd say.
East Point 22, lead Darley 6. Matty Johnson with a shot on goal. He's already kicked one. Shot's on its way. Across the face and through for a minor score. So another let off for the Devils, whilst the degree of difficulty was high. It's another shot on goal gone awry for the Kangas. They're 23, they lead Darley 6. Matthew Brett again. He'll have a sore foot by the end of the day, I guarantee it, kicking that heavy ball. I'm sure a lot of the footy will be played in East Point's forward line in this match.
Yep, no doubt. And another blow for the Devils, Todd. Brady Wright won't take any further part.
Right. So we better put our boots on, Mark, and go and lend the boys a hand because they're in dire straits in the undermanned scenario, but they're fighting on as Patiri went by hand. Hurried kick toward from Denham, got into the middle of the ground. Been paid a throw there. It'll go against Hardinge. So it'll be Cairns. He'll go short to half forward.
On the half volley.
Loose ball opportunity here for Merritt, who just composed, tipped it over the top, just had a little bit much on it for Taylor. Hovey had a couple to beat, did well the big fella, Molan over the footy, shoveled it out to the weight of number. Loose ball, hard one to pick up, slippery conditions, whistle imminent, there'll be a ball up. East Point 23, Darley 6, near 30 minutes gone opening term. Tap one by, well, we'll give it a Van Meel. Baker's hurried kick, only gained about 8 or 9 metres. Filber's kick across the body was cut off there by Bishop. So a very inexperienced group of Devils just hanging in. Now we relied on some East Point error with their ball in hand to keep them in the game for longer. Kick gets beyond the defensive 50. Hovey presents. He's got an important role to play today. So he's told to move it on by the umpire. How about that? Not a bad kick into the breeze. High up and under kick. Players set themselves. Chance here for Hardinge, who just kicks it across the body. Dribbling ball. Shallow entry inside 50. Inglis went the soccer looking for Spiteri. Can he get a boot on the ball? Went to ground. Force it. Couldn't gather before the ball travelled over the line for a boundary throw in deep in Darley's attack.
That's Deacon Fawcett.
31 minutes gone. Opening term, East Point 23, Darley 6. No Brady Wright. Removed from the game in the opening term. No Brett Bewley. Removed in the warm-up. Van Meel's tap. Landed on the boot of Johnson, whose volley only went as far as Denham, who's 35 to 40 metres out from goal, and it's beyond his reach.
Yep.
So he'll get it to the top of the goal square. Players set themselves. Loose ball opportunity. Kangas under the pump. Pressure from Matricardi was good. And there'll be a ball up.
Stacks on the mill.
It's a couple of metres away from the Darley goal. They take any score ahead of the opening, well, the first quarter siren. Who can gather? They're fighting hard for the footy. Fawcett, one of those. As the siren sounds for a very interesting opening quarter here, for more reasons than the obvious, albeit the scoreboard, it's East Point with the advantage. 3-5-23. They kicked with the aid of a tricky 3 or 4 goal breeze. They lead Darley 1 goal straight 6. So a 17-point advantage to the hosts Mark, you've got the goal scorers.
Goal scorers so far, 3 for East Point. Maddie and Geordie Johnston 1 each, and McDougall 1. And the solitary goal kicker for Darley, Brady Wright, with 1, and he won't add any more to his tally for the day, unfortunately.
No, indeed, taken from the ground midway through that opening quarter.
Do a score update, Toddy, around the ground if you like. Lakers 117, trail Sabas 35-23, Sunbury 139, trail Redan 33-21, Melton South 35-23, ahead of Bacchus-Marsh 2-2-14. We know our score here. North Ballarat 1 behind, trail Melton 3-1-19.
All right, guys, it's tough on field, it's tough off field, but we'll do our best to bring you an entertaining description of what's to transpire for the next 3 quarters. It's second v3 here at Eastern Oval. East Point lead, 3-5-23. Darley 1 goal, straight 6. 17-point lead to the hosts. A break and back with the second quarter action in around 5 minutes' time. Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the second quarter action here. East Point 3-5-23. Darley 1 goal straight 6. Brett Bewley the big out in the warm-up. Brady Wright done for the day. Ball up, tap one by Hovey to Baker. Needs to lift. Left foot kick across the body. Got towards the attacking 50. Cadman was tackled by Q, taken to the ground.
Holding
and
the ball.
Q will take the resultant free kick. Yeah, just the onus on Baker and Denham in the middle of the ground in the absence of Bewley. The
big responsibility.
The weight of dependence has gone up.
Yep, big time.
Enough of that kick from Q found Matty Johnson, who's been the leading possession winner on the ground. We don't even have to take notes on that, Mark. He's clearly leading the way. Leading in front for the Kangas. High up and under kick. Hovey caught one, but umpire let it go. Hurry kick there from Brett out of congestion, and then one of two Matricard, arguably Darley's best at the moment. So the kick goes inside 50. Cadman presents, might have caught one high. Umpire called play on. Baker went to ground, went by hand and saw it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, East clearly won the clearance battle there in the first quarter, 15-10. Inside 50s, 12-6 in favour of East.
Darley kicking with the breeze in this second term. Yeah, good opening term from Riley Matricardi. Matty Johnson, plenty of it for East Point. And Van Meels had some influence in the ruck.
And, of course, the other on-baller for Darley playing his first game back for some weeks, Adam Azzopardi. Todd probably got a bit of a load to carry today as well.
Indeed. So there's the throw-in. Darley in attack. Van Meel had front spot, won the tap only as far as Cadman. Just shinned it up, well, got it off the knee in the end. Tackle from Matricardi on Van Meel was good. Denham went through traffic, got it under the left boot, high up and under kick. It was off to the left, miss all and sundry out of bounds on the full.
Seems to find plenty of the footy, Matty Denham.
Yeah, these conditions should suit him down to the ground. Very much a ground ball player. But you'd think that just with the top end depth of East Point, that the separation between the two sides would extend the further this game goes.
Yep.
So the tap from Van Meel, the gather from Matricardi. All gone forward and then thumped over the line, nearly bounced over into the bowling club.
Van Meel, was it?
Yeah. So Hovey is in for his third game for the Devils after a broken hand, delayed his debut in Darley colours. Boundary throw in. Hovey at the back. I'll keep that tap. Only knocked it to Rodamaronis though through traffic. Went by hand to Willems. He's bailed up. Tackle taken to the ground. Held to him, said the umpire, and there'll be a ball up on half-forward broadcast side. So it'll be real territory stoppage that'll keep Darley in this game.
Yeah.
There's the spoil from Hovey. And he has a party ran past the footy. And there goes Brown, swinging a miss by foot. Geez, you wouldn't want to have your head around that area. Molan, he too, swinging a miss. Matricardi picked it up, gave it to Adam Azzopardi. He too had a swing and a miss. Ball shoveled out. Clever little soccer off the ground from Matricardi. Out in the direction of Van Meel. Kick across the body was okay. East Point got some numbers here. Attack on the footy was good from Crawford. Bounced off his shins. Only as far as Taylor. Matty Brett, the quarterback, gathered. Threw it onto the left boot. Got a territory gain to Hovey. He took a chest mark right in front of us here. Wasted no time and sent the ball forward. Cadman the target. Went over his head. Chance here for Merritt to do the mopping up. Will it sit for him? Finally it does. The bend was good. And the kick was even better. He found Q. Weighted it beautifully. Kick out of defence. Dribbling ball. Got to Matty Johnson. Hurried kick forward along the ground towards Robinson. Might have cut one high. He did well. His second effort was terrific. Cadman did the discipline thing and got it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, the three main targets up forward missing for Darley is a massive problem. Myers, Johnson and now Brady Wright, so they're looking for a new target.
Yeah, of course, Myers and Johnson kicked 90 goals for the Devils last year. Boundary throw-in. Ground ball. Keeping it in front of him there was Taylor with courage. Always courage keeping your head over the ball in these conditions. Adam has a party likewise. Taylor with the percentage kick off the ground, just out towards the boundary line.
He's paid
and
it.
He's paid deliberate. It's a rarity. So Matricati can just play on here. Awkward looking kick. Mark's been taken well there by Spiteri. Made it look like a dry ball. Wasted no time. Set the ball into attack. The mark's been taken.
Riley.
And it'll be Riley Matricati with ball in hand. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here with the breeze. Now, Darley don't need to do anything silly here with any remonstrating. They don't need to take any bait. Short kick. It was okay. Found Andy as a party. Who averaged near a goal a game last year. He's had his own struggles. This year, well, Darley, I mean, it's, with all respect, it's, 8-3 on exposed form. They haven't been able to recapture that continuity that they had last season for various reasons.
Yeah, exactly right.
Having all your players on the park all on the same page truly does make a difference.
Yep. As
the rain falls. Now, as a party, kick is on its way. He snuck it in as a party. Loves a goal. And Darley get their second, and they hang in the fledgling Devils. 2 goals straight, 12. They trail East Point 3-5-23. Tick over 6 minutes gone, second term.
Needed that one, the Devils. Keep them in the contest.
And the lights are on here at Eastern Oval, but speaking of the cars, I did write in the preview, Mark, that if Darley were able to win this game, it'd be arguably Darley's best win under Jordan. Finals aside and the drought-breaking win over Melton.
Yes, yep.
Now with the absence of Bewley and Wright, the degree of difficulty has just gone through the roof. Baker with an important clearance. Inside 50. Fraser, Smoke and Joe got a fist on the footy. Fancy that, Smoke and Joe getting a fist on it. Fawcett went to ground. Chance here for Jones. Hand pass over the top to Thompson. Need to be quick. Just threw it to Conlon. Through traffic went Jones. Strong effort over the footy there from Taylor. Went by hand to Geordie Johnson. Went to the voice of the brother. Hovey dropped it. Lucky to get away with it in the end. Going the soccer there was Cairns. Smothered there by Duncan Cadman. Protected his body well. And it resulted in a stoppage.
Been good this quarter, Baker.
Had a couple of important touches, but just his ability to square away stoppage is going to be important too.
Correct.
Don't really see that on the stat sheet. Tap one by Hovey to Matricati. Ground level ball for Spiteri. Tackled by Brown, taken to the ground. And the right decision made by the umpire. In trying conditions for the men in green too today.
Yep.
Really benefit of the doubt got to be given to the players. The gather from Baker was clean before he was dispossessed. Chance here for Cairns, shoveled it out to Filmer, went to give it back to Cairns, but he wasn't there. Conlon was, and he threw ball on to boot, drifting ball out direction of Taylor. And Fawcett did well to square that away.
I think Hovey's had the better of Van Millen the hit out so far this quarter.
So there'll be a boundary throw in here. Darley with the only goal of the second term. Van Milk won that contest, uncontested. Baker with the percentage soccer off the ground. Gained about 35 metres. Howard tackled. Got the hand pass over to Thompson to Merritt. Somehow cleverly kept it in. Got it to Jones. Kick across the body. Missed all and sundry out of bounds on the full. Bishop, you don't want to rub your ear, mate, after that ball left the boot, because that would just give every indication that it was touched. So the under-17 product from the Devils sends the ball into attack. Matricati did well to deny East Point, who had the outnumber. But here they go again through Jones. Bishop at the back applying the pressure. Strong over the ball was Jones. But he's been pinged for holding the ball by Matricati. And just the benefit of the doubt that I spoke of there on that occasion, right. Denied for the Kangas. So Matricati was like a soccer kick. That one went along the ground to another stoppage. 40 metres out from the Darley goal. Well, you're in real estate, Mark. That's a bit of an overreach, more like
probably
35.
30. Yeah.
Ground ball opportunity. Jones normally clean. Gathered by Denham. Kick went into Johnson. Baker over the footy. Half a dozen or so plays. Just a hot footy, Mark.
Isn't it, White?
Yep.
Yep. Darley would be appreciating it spending time on the ground, I would have thought.
Yeah, that footy is like hot potato today.
And slippery.
Ball up. Tap one by Van Mule, who went at it alone. Filmer, way to the ground level, gathered, dispossessed. Denham threw the ball onto the boot, squaring ball to the danger zone. How about the gather from Azzopardi and the shot on goal? He's done it again. Andy Azzopardi. How clean in the finish from the left. Darley get their third and they're back within 5 points. 10 minutes into this second term here at Eastern Oval.
Non-preferred goal there off his non-preferred Andy Az. Melton South 4-6-30. Backer Smash 3-3-21. Lakers 1-1-7. Trail Sebas 4-5-29. Sunbury 1-4-10. Trail Redan 3-3-21. North Ballarat still Trail Melton 1 behind 4-1-25 Melton.
Going to give Sunbury the benefit of the doubt. I'm tipping there's a breeze at the Clark Oval. If there wasn't a wind, there'd still be a breeze.
Fair chance.
Of course, Redan and Sunbury have lost 4 of their last 5. And Redan with the upper hand. East Point lead here. Darley with the breeze. They kicked the only 2 goals. Baker shoveled it out to Cadman. Speaking of Duncan. Through traffic. Well, Denham was pushed into another East Point player. Umpire called play on, and he might have copped one in the midriff there, Denham. He's got every right to be getting up slowly. Matt Triccardi went the soccer and got too much of it. Just like a lob wedge. Out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Molan, Essendon VFL listed young player with ball in hand. He'll just go along the line and play the percentages into the breeze. Matty Brett did well. Doing the sharking there was Geordie Johnson. Stolen by Duncan Cadman. Territory gain. Oh, how good was Jacob Brown? Umpires paid the mark. The non-officiating umpire, if you don't mind. So Jacob Brown, how about that for a kick? Was terrific and found Matty Johnson on true centre wing broadcast side. So the Kangas enjoying some moments with the footy in this second term. He plays on. Tumbling torpedo punt kick was read well at the back by Azzopardi. Speak of Andy, obviously buoyed by those 2 goals, and the ball seems to follow you when the confidence is up. He goes in the middle of the ground, the Quagmire. Good luck picking this ball up. Oh, well, how about that from Harding? It was terrific. Loose ball opportunity. Johnson might have copped one high. Yep, paid by the umpire.
Good pick up, Todd.
So he just has to come back.
Beyond the mark, yeah.
And, it wouldn't take much to lose your footing either. Just any contact and everything would look, worse than it was, with the contact. Yeah. So I think we'll see a couple of down the grounds and all that kind of stuff today, like we did see in that opening quarter.
Yep.
So it'll be Matty Johnson with the old-fashioned torpedo. He's one of the few that can actually pull that off. Geordie Johnson, dispossessed, soccer off the ground. Harding, that was Murley who wanted the push, denied by the umpire. And there'll be a ball up on true half-back for the Devils or half-forward for the Kangas. Take your pick. Darley 3 straight 18. Trail East Point 3-5-23. Crawford, swing and a miss. And dumped, said the umpire.
Denham's clearly the muddiest player out there, Todd.
Yep. I hope Vicky Baker brought 3 sets of jumpers today for the players. Crawford, we might need a new one by half-time, the way this game's going. Loose ball opportunity for Conlon, who went the soccer. Good territory gain. Got it to half forward. Rodder Baronis over the footy. Shark there by Willems. Was hung on to for too long. Umpire let it go. Devils lucky to get away with that. Bishop's hurried kick was effective and found Duncan Cadman, who's provided... Joel Cadman, who's provided something forward. But the kick let him down. And he found Jacob Brown, who wasted no time. He just put it out in front of his offsider there in Merritt, who gathered and measured the kick wide towards Jeffrey. He's got a couple of Devils in pursuit. So he went the clever soccer to Thompson, who missed the target by hand. Riley Matricardi had more time than he thought, but went with a high up and under towards the attacking 50. Murley couldn't gather, went to ground. Second effort okay from Denham, just got it over the top. Loose ball. They're raffling it here, the Kangas, and Merritt will get on the end of it and just tip the ball along the line, but Fawcett just read it well off the boot. Jeffrey overcommitted with the turn. So it'll be Fawcett, gained about 20 metres for his side. Another soccer, percentage gain, chance for Johnson, who knocked it in the middle of the ground. Now Bishop needs to be clean. It's a tough ask in the quagmire. Baker was, though. Threw the ball onto the boot, sent it forward. They got numbers here. Chance. Oh, there's a high tackle every day of the week. They'll take that against Howard. And it'll be Spiteri with ball in hand. So Spiteri.
May fancy himself to run around the marquee.
So he'll go from 50 and put it into the danger zone. Cadman the fly went through his hands, and Andy has a party, and who can blame Andy for pushing forward? He has 2 goals in this term. The only 2 goals of the quarter. Tick over 15 minutes gone. Second term. East Point 23, lead Darley 18. Entertaining game in trying conditions. Well, that'd be an understatement. Van Meel won the tap. Swarm of players around the footy. But Cairns gathered and got East Point out of trouble momentarily. Another soccer further afield there from Jeffrey. 2 kicks and got it to outer centre wing. The gather was clean for Brett. That was the execution of the kick. Just trying to pick up a boundary umpire. He said it was touched. I knew he was
Another throw in.
pushing it there, Brett, with that kick. Seemed to be a little awry. But, touched there by Jones. Boundary throw in. Look at that rain going from right to left. Kansas hand pass. Went to another soccer. Gee, it's hard to pick up the players here as Molan's hand pass found Kenny. Dribbling ball in the middle of the ground. Thompson went the soccer. Brown tried to do the same thing. How about the pickup? It was terrific. But went back to Brown. It was Filmer, in fact. Going the soccer there was Brett with the outside of the boot, but Lux of Fortune fell into the hands of Johnson. He went forward. McDougall at the back. Can he pick it up? They're under the pump here, the Devils. And kick across the body, Geordie Taylor.
Missed, has he?
Yeah, he missed.
One behind, it was close.
Yeah, getting dark here
Didn't it?
at Eastern Oval. East Point 3-6, Darley 3 straight, 17 minutes gone. Devils will be just, even though they're kicking with the breeze, just trying to hang in. Of course, no Brett Bewley out in the warm-up. Brady Wright done for the day. So he lopes away, nearly runs his measure there, Brett. It's penetrating kick, though, beyond half-back. Howard the fly couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Joel Cadman. And it knocked away from him. Spills over the line for a boundary throw-in. Now, the rain is sideways here at Eastern Oval. Well, I've seen heavier rain. Well, it's just starting to get a little bit heavier as I acknowledge it. Boundary throw-in. Went over the head of Beecham. Inglis couldn't gather. Soccer forward was gathered well there by Johnson, who knocked it to the advantage of Taylor. Went with the soccer with the outside of the right boot. Chance here for McDougall. If it's hit for him, it won't. Adam has the party gathered. Set the ball towards the Matricati direction. Somehow got a boot on the ball. 50-50 ball here. Has the gather from Spiteri. And it knocked away from him in the end. The tackling was good. Swarm of players around the footy. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up on half forward for East Point.
Beecham into the ruck.
East Point 3-6-24. Lead Darley 3 straight 18. 18 and a half minutes gone. Second term. Pouring here at Eastern Oval. Matricati through traffic. Denied there by Geordie Johnson, an exit. There'll be a repeat stoppage. I mean, what's to gain out of reviewing this game other than just admiring the courage and desperation?
Yep, exactly right.
Fundamentals. A tough ask on a day like today. That was nearly clever there by Jeffrey. Conlon somehow gathered the ball and set a high one in there. Oh, and coming out taking a ripper mark there was Robinson. So he wastes no time, sends the ball out wide in the McDougall direction. He's got it.
Good decision making there from Strawn Robinson.
So McDougall. And the Johnson brothers with a goal apiece this afternoon for the Kangas, all in the opening term. He'll kick from about 35. He's probably had 100 shots from here this year. including training, of course. And he's missed off to the right and a let-off for the Devils, albeit a shot on goal into the breeze for East Point, who for the last 8 or 9 minutes have really been pressing and asking questions of the Devils, who kick with the breeze. Matty Brett comes broadcast side in the Matricati direction. Clean bowled him and Filmer. He's over the ball, the youngster. Just took his eyes off it momentarily. Slippery ball made it difficult. Spilled over the line for a boundary throw-in. 20 minutes gone, second term. East Point 25, lead Darley 18. You can just tell by the abhorrent conditions on screen.
Lights are on.
All right, the lights are on. There goes Matt Riccardi, dribbling ball, territory gain. Merritt over the footy. Gather was terrific. He was dispossessed. Matt Riccardi again, might have been Adam as a party on that occasion. Kick got it towards half forward. Plays in from everywhere. There'll be a ball up on half forward for Darley.
Credit to Darley. They're certainly giving it their all.
Ball up. It'll be Van Meel who won that tap. It was a hold against Fawcett every day of the week on Jeffrey.
Yep.
I think he just lost where the ball was there, Fawcett. Jeffrey's body in the way, so he overcommitted the tackle. And he's told to move it on by the umpire. Into the breeze, Jeffrey goes. That's not a bad drop punt given the conditions. Spoil was good by Matt Riccardi, and his second effort pressure on Brown was equal to the task. And water off a duck's back for Jacob Brown. He's a warrior.
Yep.
And there'll be a boundary throw-in. Attacking side of centre wing for the Kangas. So Taylor with front spot there in front of the ruckman. No one manning him.
No.
And it's going to go nearly straight to him. Denham, tackle, taken to the ground. Ball up. Nearly a good call there from yours truly, Blue.
Yes.
Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Over the footy, Denham. Couldn't gather. Geordie Johnson caught outside of the right boot. Got onto the volley of Matt Riccardi, who sent it in the Brown direction. What a grab.
Great mark.
I mean, on a day of low lights, that was certainly a highlight.
Yep, in these conditions. Excellent.
So it'll be Brown. He'll come broadcast side. Made the footy look like a dry one. Went in the direction of Van Meel. His spoil on Hovey was good. Chance here for Canning. That was a clever gather. Angren did well, but then he went to ground and opened the door for McDougall. Chance here for Matty Johnson. Now you can just see the water just coming up as the players, surface water. It's just, it's going to be well, if it hasn't been already, the conditions are just getting tougher and tougher. Tap one by, well, we'll call that even. So that 7-point lead of East Point is probably equivalent to 3 goals in a dry day, given the ball is in East Point's front half.
No doubt.
In time on, into the breeze in this second quarter. Rain pelting down.
Darley wouldn't want to give one away here, I wouldn't have thought.
Tap one by Hovey. Ball gets shoveled out to Adam as a party. Who got it towards Matt Riccardi, dribbling ball. Out of bounds. Good decision by the umpire to give the defender the benefit of the doubt. So East Point still in attack. The rain is, well, it's gone from sideways to diagonal. Tap one by Van Meel. Denham a little slow to get to his feet again. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Oh, that was nearly in the back, but umpire said no, there'll be a ball up.
Probably a bit stiff there, young Murley, in these conditions, I would have thought.
7-point lead under the lights to East Point here. Time on second term. Matty Johnson again. Kick somehow got through the traffic. Fawcett was up to the task and took a uncontested, albeit courageous test mark with the flight of the ball. So his kick went direction of Murley. Got an important fist on the footy. The gather was good there from Fraser. Kick with the outside of the right boot was a territory gain. Found touch over the line and out of bounds.
That's the word, Todd. Territory.
There'll be a boundary throw in 50 metres around from the East Point goal. So just the 3 goals kicked in this second term. Or just the 2, in fact.
Yeah, just the 2 to Andy as this quarter, and it's the only goals scored.
Yeah, both to Andy as a party. Brady Wright, of course, kicked a goal into the breeze for the Devils in that opening term, but he's done for the day. Chance for Denham again, who's been important. The kick turnover, though, for Conlon. Right in front of the East Point coach's box. He follows direction and goes along the line into the pocket. Geordie Johnson. Just about call that a contested mark. There'd be only a handful of those tops taken today. What a quality player this man is. He'll go back and have a shot here.
This will be a good goal if he kicks his tot in these conditions.
Indeed. Saw him kick one from right on 50 from outside of the boundary line from a set shot here against against Sunbury about a month ago. Kick smothered there by Matthew Brett, and Matty Brett lets him know. He does play on the edge, Matthew Brett. He's be a handful to play on, apart from being a pest. He just lets you know every error you make, Mark.
You're right there. Yeah. Very
Quality defender.
competitive beast.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Hovey. Baker applies the tackle on Rodamoronis. Denies him an exit. Darley not out of trouble yet. East Point in attack. Dying minutes, second term. Loose ball. Baker carrying some heavy load in this second term. You'll sleep well tonight. There'll be a ball up deep in East Point's forward line, who lead by 7 points, who've really had all the play in the last 15 minutes. Chance for Rodamoronis. Fires the hand pass out. Fell on the end of the Angwin boot and dribbled over the line for another throw in.
I'd suggest Darley would just like to keep it stoppage after stoppage here to end the quarter, I would have thought.
Boundary throw in. East Point deep into attack. Van Meel over the back. McDougall tried to go the sock up. Outside of the right boot there from Filmer. Just carried over the line. Gee, he nearly thought he was out there, Filmer, but that ball just not travelling through the sludge.
No. Very heavy footy.
Yeah, he was off to the races. He was off to the social club with the fist pump. But denied. Matty Brett brings the ball back into play. Beautiful kick. Goes out in the direction there of Hovey. Chance for Adam as a party. Off the outside of the shin, mind you. Inglis. Oh, that's the sling.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Yep.
That's just poor technique from Matricati on that occasion. So it'll be Jones with ball in hand. As much as...
that was a pretty evident free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So, that's out of bounds on the full. Darley will get the ball back, yeah. So Matricati's had a good game.
Yeah.
In the trying conditions. Just poor technique on that occasion.
Yes.
So it'll be Darcy Matricati. Penetrating right foot kick. East Point raffled it, but coughed it up. Opened the door for Cadman, who too was bailed up by Howard and Q. And there'll be a ball up on half forward. Broadcast side for the Devils. So Hovey, from a standing start, couldn't win the tap on Van Meel. Baker, ground level, took him on and dropped it. So it'll be Matty Johnson.
Yeah, that initial fend off, wasn't it?
Yeah, Baker had his pants pulled down literally on that occasion. And the short kick from Johnson was good and found Rodamoronis. He can just tip it over the top. They need to be careful here, the Devils. Here comes East Point. Conlon's kick. Goes in direction of Geordie Johnson. Couldn't hang on to it. Ground ball. Right call. Early call by the umpire. To ball it up 40 metres out from the East Point goal. The Kangas, they lead by 8 points. Tap one by Hovey. Taylor over the footy, went the sock up. Important little territory gain. Matricati just tried to send it back with a boot. Got it to Brother Riley. Left foot kick beyond the defensive 50. Millie did well in front spot, but now he's in trouble because he dived on the ball and pinged. Right call by the umpire.
Yeah, the first part of the effort was good.
Just can't go to ground every time.
No.
Got to try and keep your feet. I know it's tough conditions.
Yep. Especially if the football's underneath you.
Oh, troubling attempt to mark was spoiled there by Rodamaronis. Couldn't hang on to it. Cairns went out direction there of McDougall and Willems. McDougall kept his feet. Angwin lost his. Oh, he's not going to, is he? Oh, he has. Right in front of the Social Club. He's pinged Angwin for holding the ball. Bit stiff on that occasion, I thought.
Yeah.
But weight of numbers, including the Social Club.
Certainly let the umpire know what the decision should have been.
Yeah, so, gee, they hung in for 30 minutes, Darley. And this shot on goal will, stall some of their good work. But it's East Point who lead by 8 points ahead of this McDougall shot on goal post the halftime siren. A chance to kick his first of the afternoon. Trying conditions here at Eastern Oval. So it'll be McDougall. Deliberate approach. Distance won't be a problem. Accuracy shouldn't be. Probably the right result. Missed to the left. Minor score for McDougall. He might have 2 left foot boots on today.
Yeah.
Because he's normally dead eye. Of course, off the back of 7 goals last week against Sebastopol, 4 of which came in the last quarter.
Only 2 goals added in that quarter with a 2 kick by Andrew Azzopardi. So we have Johnston brothers with 1 each, still McDougall 1 each. Brady Wright 1 goal and 2 in that quarter to Andy Azzopardi.
So that separation that we were anticipating, Mark, can only really be seen at the moment with the disparity of shots on goal. East Point 12, Darley 3. But between the arcs, it's been an evenly fought game. But, gee, they look dangerous when they go forward, East Point. And a way to forward 50 entries has generated that 9 shot on goal advantage. Of course, they're number 1 in the comp for shots on goal. Darley 3rd. But in the absence of what we've already spoken about, you know, the Bewley exit and the right exit has really made life difficult for the task at hand for the Devils. But it's the Kangas who'll be more than happy just to get a win today because they are against the third place side in the comp.
Yeah.
And, of course, they did lose by 96 points in their round 1 meeting. There'll be none of that occurring today, that's for sure. At the half, it's East Point 3-9-27 who lead Darley 3 straight 18. As we touched on, the goal scorers, Geordie and Matty Johnson 1 apiece and Bryson McDougall. Whilst for Darley, Andy Azzopardi has 2, both in the second quarter. Brady Wright 1. Let's go around the grounds, Mark, before a break.
Quick update, Melton South 5-7-37, lead Bacchus Marsh 4-3-27, Lake Wendouree 1-4-10, Trail Sabath 6-6-42, Sunbury now in front of Redan 3-6-24 to Redan 3-3-21, and North Ballarat 1-2-8, Trail Melton 5-1-31.
Hope you're enjoying the vision and the call of this BFNL match of the round in very tough conditions here on a July winter's afternoon in Ballarat. Even the goal umpires are running for cover. It's half time. East Point lead Darley by 9 points. Welcome back to the Eastern Oval ahead of the second half action here in very difficult conditions. Rain, wind, and just pure cold. And Darley will have to do what no other side has done all year, outscore East Point in the second half to win the game. They trail by 9 points. East Point, 12 shots on goal to Darley's 3. Individual goal scorers for East Point, Geordie and Matty Johnson, Bryson McDougall. And for Darley, Andy Azzopardi has 2. And Brady Wright 1. As the siren sounds to get play underway in driving rain here at Eastern Oval. Tap one by Hovey. Ground ball opportunity. Merritt went the soccer. Bounced off the chest of Matty Johnson, who's caught over the footy. Somehow nearly got away from Inglis, but not before the umpire said, I'll have it and ball it up. So at the restart, Van Meel won that tap. Filmer couldn't gather. Matricati has been rewarded with a hold. And he'll kick the ball out of the mud. I'll tell you what, it'd be an entertaining game of cricket here today. I tell you, Mitch Ward tuning in, left arm over the wicket. I'm not sure you get a great deal of bounce on this wicket. They're going to cough it up here, the Devils. Matty Brett under the pump, dragged it back in. And there'll be a hold. Normally a beautiful ground, but just been punished by some tough weather in the build-up. Van Meel's tap meant for Rodamaronis. Adam Azzopardi was good. Had it knocked away from him. Now the remove and gather and kick from Cairns. Got some penetration. Matty Brett went the soccer. Johnson sent it back to the attacking 50. Gathered by Canny. Hurried kick forward. Mark's been taken on the chest by Beecham, who saves the day for the Devils. The low kick. Devils wanting a push. They'll get one. And they'll breathe again through Fawcett. I don't know why the Devils took the advantage into the breeze. Lucky to get away with well taken there by Brown on the bounce, who had an excellent opening half. The tackle was good from Adam Azzopardi. That's a mouthful. Joel Cameron dropped what he should have taken, shoveled the hand pass out to Adam Azzopardi. Through the middle of the ground it goes. Andy Azzopardi went the soccer. Keeping his feet well there was Fawcett. Shoveled the hand pass out in the direction of Andy Azzopardi. Andy caught over the footy. Ball shoveled out away from Matricati. Fawcett on the ground. And the umpire will come in and effect a ball up. So for all of the opening 2 minutes and a bit, essentially the ball has travelled 9 metres to the right of screen. Given the reset. Chance for Rodamaronis. Over the footy. See, they've picked out a free kick here out of the congestion. It'll go the way of Matty Johnson, who just puts the ball onto the boot with a territory gain torpedo. Good use of the body by McDougall, but he couldn't take the mark. Another clever soccer off the ground. Here they can get it out to Jeffrey, if it'll sit for him. Here comes Matricati with Jeffrey with the soccer. He's put it through. Something out of nothing. No aerial ball, no aerial advantage at all. It was just all territory and all soccer along the ground. And East Point get the opening goal of the second half. So all their big guns who have hit the scoreboard this year, the Johnson brothers, McDougall and Jeffrey, have all kicked one. Robinson yet to hit the scoreboard, but conditions not suited for the big man. Albeit still in the infancy of his senior career. Adam Azzopardi goes the soccer. Matricati's gather was clever. His kick went off the side of the boot, went about 11 metres. Oh, nearly caught one in the back. Umpire called play on. Scrimmage of players around the footy. Umpire's called play on again. Hovey with strength just shoveled the ball out. Johnson went the soccer and then somehow regained possession and kicked it to the advantage of Taylor. He's got time to gather the footy and hack the ball forward to half forward. Dribbling ball finds its way over the line for a boundary throw-in on half forward.
Another injury concern for the Devils Todd, Matt Denham. Injury concern for the Devils. Matt Denham has left the ground.
Well, they are running out of soldiers, the Devils, but they're hanging in bravely despite trailing by 15 points. Van Meer with the tap. The Shark was good from Adam Azzopardi. Kicked it into the middle of the ground. Pressure was good from Joel Cadman to hold it in. And there'll be a ball up. Playing with the umpire there was Inglis. But there'll be a ball up. Rain continues. Hovey's tap. Only went as far as Adam Azzopardi. Pressure was good from Baker. And nearly gathered that cleanly out of the congestion he did in the end before he was held up. And there'll be a ball up. 13 scoring shots to 3 in favour of East Point. It was equated to just a 15-point advantage early stages in this third term. Filmer didn't go the required distance, but the gather and turn and kick was effective and found Geordie Johnson, who got reward for playing in front. And he went onto the right boot. Gained plenty of it. Bouncing ball.
Skidded off the turf.
Gee, you wouldn't want it to be on the end of that. It would have knocked you over, Mark. But a 10th behind for East Point. 34 plays 18. Addy Brent will bring the ball back into play, and the kick was well measured in the end. Or Duncan Cameron dropped it in the end. Play on, said the umpire. Robinson with a hand pass over to Kenny. Kick across the body to the danger zone. Rolls across the face, over the line, out of bounds. Devils hanging in by a thread.
Yes. In that second quarter, that evened up the inside 50 count 10-10. And the stoppage, the clearance was 13 apiece last quarter.
Boundary throw-in. East Point into attack. Van Meer with the tap. Who can be clean at ground level? Adam Azzopardi. The gather. Kick skewed. Went to the advantage of Taylor. Kick across the body. Juggling attempt at the mark by Duncan Cadman was denied. And there'll be a ball up. Whistle imminent. Oh no, somehow it came out. Matricati's dribbling ball found Filmer on the defensive 50. Attacking one at that though for the Kangas. He's squaring, kick into the danger zone. Robinson, the fly, couldn't take the mark. Baker's gather was good. Threw the ball onto the boot. Dribbling ball. Darley not out of trouble yet. Gathered there by Merritt. Quick hands to Brown. Got plenty on the footy. But it's off to the right. Out of bounds on the full. Matty Brett will take the resultant free kick. Gee, they're being peppered. The Darley defence.
Yeah.
They are truly under the pump. Just waiting for the floodwaters to open, but they already have, literally on field. Angwin took a chest mark in the end. An important one at that. Just to get a sequence of possession out of defence, imperative for the Devils' fortunes. So Angwin with a low kick. Was read well off the boot. Mark taken there by Jeffrey. Who goes with the right boot. Into attack. Johnson at the back. Couldn't take the mark. Loose ball. Spills free over the line for a boundary throw-in. East Point 34. Lee Darley 18. Near 8 minutes gone in this third term here. Of course, East Point on a 10-0 run in second halves. On a 10-game winning streak, nonetheless, but they average a 7-goal second half win. That won't be happening today, given the nature of the conditions. Well, you wouldn't think. But a kicking in danger, I believe, has been paid here, and it's going to go the way of East Point. And it'll be Jones with ball in hand. And again, the non-officiating umpire
Paid that one.
paid that one. So it'll be Jones who'll kick from 49. Gets plenty on the kick. Brett kept it in front of him. Baker's gather. Knocked away from him was clever. Clearing kick out of defence. Got plenty of it. Could have been a push. The umpire saw that. It's going to go back to the deep into attack. So while Darley were paid the push, there's going to be a free kick paid against Darley deep in East Point's attack for some degree of remonstrating. I can't put a finger on who was responsible, but there was a handful of players in a push and shove. And just as the Devils were about to exit out of their defensive 50, they've coughed up a free kick.
Geordie Johnston's a beneficiary.
Right in front of goal. So Geordie Johnson, from point-blank range, a chance to become East Point's first multiple goal kicker of the afternoon. Banana kicks on its way, and he's missed off to the left. Well, if you had $100 in your pocket, Mark, you probably would have had it on Geordie Johnson of anyone to kick that.
No doubt.
And you've done your cash. Another way to get beat. What's going on here? Oh, Matty's just playing Ducks and Drakes. So there's another free kick to Geordie Johnson in front of goal. And he snuck that one in.
Don't know what happened there.
Well, they better keep level heads, the Devils,
Yeah.
or fear of coughing up another one.
Yep.
So, despite the conditions and the frustrations, the Devils really need to
Keep their head.
maintain their focus, indeed. So, Darley, East Point get their second goal of the third term. And again, the Devils would have been seemingly out of trouble momentarily.
The absence of Denham, Riley Matricati is now starting in the centre.
Back in the middle of the ground. Hovey won that tap, went past Baker. Johnson could have been held without it. And the right call on that occasion by the umpire.
Yep.
So Matty Johnson with the old torpedo again. Tumbling one at that territory gain in the Jeffrey direction. Couldn't take the mark. Ground ball. Thrown forward there by Rodamoronis, only as far as Adam Azapati. His kick across the body.
He's paid the mark, hasn't he?
Oh, he's paid the mark to Thompson. So Thompson with ball in hand on outer side half forward. Sends the ball into attack. Johnson the fly at the back. Brett had to wait, stop and prop. Now he's under the pump. Oh, he's been pinged for holding the ball. And it'll be Merritt who's pushed forward. And a chance to kick another goal. A third of the term. And their second on the back of a free kick in this quarter. It'll be Jackson Merritt with ball in hand. From about 15 metres out. Kicks on its way. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And East Point get their third of the term, their sixth of the match. And their impressive record on third quarters continues.
Quick around the ground update. Melton South 5-7-37. Just in front of Bacchus Marsh 5-4-34. Lakers 2-4-16. Trail Sebas 5-6-36. Sunbury 4-8-32. Lead Redan 4-3-27. North 1-2-8. Trail Melton 5-1-31.
True wintry conditions prevailing throughout the afternoon in the east and the west in BFNL action. We'll keep you updated with scores as they come to hand. But we're out to a game-high 29-point lead to East Point, getting ugly for the Devils. Adam Azapati with the soccer. He's been pretty good first up. Kick got to half-forward, chance for Johnson. His kick went into the middle of the ground. Filmer with the soccer. Swing and a miss, but clever enough to gather. Onto the left boot. Territory gain forward. Be cut off there by Matthew Brett, who read it well off the boot and took an uncontested chest mark. So bereft of option. He'll go to force it. Now he's in trouble. Shoveled it out towards Matt Riccardi. He too in trouble. And Adam Azapati just throws the ball onto the boot. Only as far as Taylor. Tackle from Inglis was fair. Baker shoveled it out. Only as far as Fraser. His kick was cut off by Crawford, who wanted a hole. Put his arms up in the air. Brett went back with courage. Went through his hands. Look out, here comes McDougall. Quick answer, Brett got it to Angwin. Dropped it. Umpire called play on, chance here for Taylor. The gunner was terrific. Bending. Just missed off to the right. 6-13-49. East Point lead. Darley 3 straight 18.
Good to see Denham back out there for the Devils.
That is encouraging. So Matthew Brett runs the measure, kicks the ball low, out direction of Fawcett. No, not a great deal of aerial presence today, the Devils. But it was Duncan Cadman on that occasion and took a nice mark in front of Thompson. 18 scoring shots to 3, if you don't mind. Duncan Cadman lowers the eyes and goes to out of centre wing. Attack on the footy was good from Howard. He and Cadman going at it before Fawcett carried it over the line for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing out of side. 14 and a half minutes gone into this third term. East Point with all 3 goals. Darley yet to add to their half-time tally. Been playing near 15 minutes. Tap one by Hovey. Swarm of players around the footy. The big fella picked it up, Hovey, and threw it on the boot. Territory gain for the Devils. Dribbling ball to half forward. There'll be a throw in.
As we suspected, the game's sort of starting to open up a bit, isn't it? East Point's favour.
Yeah, indeed. So the Devils get Hovey into the ruck to allow Wright, Myers and Johnson all to play forward, and none are playing out there at the moment. Tap one by Van Meel. But here they go through Cairns, who lowered the eyes. Did he manage to keep it in? No, he couldn't. Out of bounds on the full. So the Devils will get a chance for a reset. Just totally under the pump in this third term. All 16 minutes played in East Point's front half in this term.
Yep.
Soccer off the ground to half forward. Brett did well to actually get a boot on that. That could have gone through and been very dangerous. Here's a chance for the Devils to raffle it. Andy has a putty. Well, he was a bit shy on picking it up, so he went to Soccer. But who can blame him on conditions like this? How about the hand pass of Matricardi? Got it to Inglis with a tumbling ball. Guess who? Jacob Brown's been a rock behind the footy all afternoon for East Point.
Been pretty good today, Rolly Matricardi.
And Jacob Brown switches play. Oh, here's an opportunity for Cadman. Picked up there by Hardinge. Needs to be quick. And he was pinged, the youngster. Free kick to the Kangas. So they'll weigh up the options. And through Q, bouncing ball. How about the gather from Johnson, if you don't mind? Kick was smothered, though, nonetheless. Ball spews out. Chance of Matricardi. Been good. Right foot kick. Inside 50. Harding's in front. It's knocked away from him. Easter got the numbers, but they've overran the footy. Here come the reinforcements, though, to keep it in front. How about the gather? Was terrific there from Brown. Now Thompson. Oh, just threw it away in the end. Slippery ball. Gathered there by Jeffrey. Broke the tackle of Azapati. Threw the ball onto the boot in the middle of the ground. Crawford couldn't hang on. Fell into the hands of Bailey. Bishop high up and under. Fawcett might have got a little advantage. Fished on it to Andy Azapati. Denham had it knocked away from him. Ground ball shoveled out to Thompson. Throw. It'll come back. Against Johnson on that occasion. And the resultant free kick to come back to Murley. So both sides get to take a breather momentarily. Near 18 minutes gone. Third term. How about that for a kick? Bouncing ball. Somehow got it to Denham. Kick across the body. Went in the English direction. Didn't get any purchase on the footy. Soccer off the ground. Favoured Taylor. Got it to Merritt. High up and under kick. It's all Darley here. Hope he should mark this. And he does. Very laconic sort of
Character.
attempt at mark and all over at the end. And an excellent kick too.
He's that sort of character, Todd.
Chance here for Andy as a party. Handballing is difficult today. Got it to Spiteri. Kick across the body. Goes into the direction of Howard. Commitment on the footy there was good from Matricardi. And there'll be a boundary throw in 60 metres away from the Darley goal. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Not sure Andy has a party put his hand up to contest that ruck duel, but he found himself doing it nonetheless. There'll be a ball up. Tap one by Van Meel to the advantage of Filmer. The gather was good. Kick across the body. Bouncing ball. Thompson Robinson, in fact, kept it in front of him. The ball rolls over for a boundary throw-in. 48 plays 18. Well, East Point have only kicked 3 goals more than the Devils. They lead by 5 goals. Given their 12 behinds. Tap one by Van Meel. Taylor knocked it forward. Fawcett. Swing, just got a little bit of ball on it. Rodder Barotis over the ball. Got it to Jeffrey. Hurried kick forward. Bouncing ball. Chance here for McDougall. Clever. Kept it in front of himself. Did well not to concede a free kick there.
Yeah.
And his awareness was good because he could have been clumsy and gone over the shoulder there, McDougall. He did well.
Yep.
So it'll be a ball up on half forward. Broadcast side for East Point. Hovey and Van Meel call it even. Taylor's hurried kick. Didn't go the required journey for Conlon, who just threw the ball onto the boot. Johnson, speak of Geordie, knocked it away from Matthew. Brett not out of trouble yet. The Devils, look out. Now Brett goes the soccer to the boundary. That'll be deliberate, you'd think. And he's paid that one.
Yep.
So the Devils,
just trying to hang on, aren't they?
yeah, they'll be forced to defend again. East Point, lower the eyes. And Matthew Brett, well, he got plenty of it. Went with the left boot. He really has been the senior sergeant in defence for the Devils today. Chance here for Denham. And he was knocked off the footy. And here go East Point again. Inside 50. Angwin just got a hand on the footy. Might have been enough to deny Robinson. Hovey went with the outside of the boot. Only went as far as Kenny. And on the last line of defence, Matt Triccardi takes a timely saving chest mark deep in East Point's forward line. Just indicating where he's going to kick the footy. I'm not sure he'll actually get it to where he wants, but it's not a bad effort. But ball's been cut off and the mark's been taken there by Rodamoronis. Gee, just the execution of the fundamentals just throw the book out the door today, given the conditions.
Heavy footy, hard kick. Has he got the distance here, Todd?
Well, he kicked with the eight of the breeze. He's pretty strong through the core. It'll still be a tough ask given the ball's 20 minutes old in this heavy conditions. Off the side of the boot, bouncing ball, out of bounds on the full. So, no is the answer, Mark. Long story short.
It's telling, isn't it? 18 scoring shots to 3.
Yeah, well, just the ball's just spent so much time on the ground. Just, it's like kicking a medicine ball at the moment. I'm not sure there'd be many sports that you could actually, that you'd be playing today if, conditions
Darley
would suggest it'd be called off.
Darley might have only had even one inside 50.
There's the kick out of defence. Chance here for Joel Cadman. Hurried kick, got it to half back. Chance for Matty Johnson. Only as far as Denham. Force it. Ground ball. Swarm of players around the footy. And there'll be a stoppage. A ball up on outer side. Half forward. For East Point. Call that tap even. Adam has a party. Trying hard. Denham. Just threw it out. Force it. Could have been held. And he was. And they're away here with the advantage. Gone. Now it'll come back. Gee, that advantage should have been paid. And then Matricardi pinged for holding the ball.
Correct.
So a let-off there for the Devils. While they were seemingly away momentarily, it was just about to come back as Fawcett goes to the outer side of the ground. Players fly, no surprise, no mark taken. Ground ball opportunity here for the Devils. They couldn't shovel it out. Inglis it was. And there'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing for East Point, outer side of the ground. The rain's back, diagonal this time. Chance here for Rodamoronis. Dummy turns, territory gain forward. Oh, Brett got his hands on another one, just couldn't quite hang on to it. Tough ask there from the key back. Shovels the ball out. Umpire let it go. Right call, kick across the body there from Conlon. It's off to the right, through for a minor score. So the 50 up for East Point. They're 6-14-50. They lead Darley 3 straight 18. 23 and a half minutes gone in this third term. I mean, even the players' shorts are falling down now, such as the weight. So the kick in from Matthew Brett only went as far as Molan, who lowered the eyes. Went looking there for Conlon. Take 2 with a shot on goal across the body, and he snuck it in. Excellent finish there from Conlon with a heavy ball across the body. Got the journey 35 to 40 metres out. It's one of the better goals that we've seen today. And Conlon gets his first of the day. And East Point get their 4th of the term. And they extend on their halftime 9-point lead That's now out to 37. So they've kicked 4-4 for the term to no score, Mark.
Correct.
So we're back at the restart. It'll be Hovey and Van Meel. Hovey won that tap. Baker was beaten to the footy there with the soccer off the ground. Willems tried to do the same. Tackled and bitten as a party into the ground. The umpire said, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. 37-point lead to East Point. Near 25 minutes gone, third term. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. On the end of it was Fawcett. Knocked off the footy there by Rodamaronis. Taylor gathered. Left foot kick across the body. Was favourable. And fell into the hands of Kenny. So Kenny with ball in hand.
Probably looking to go to the top of the square here.
Yeah, no need to be in a rush either.
No.
Albeit from outside 50, they'd be just happy to lock it in there. Forward 50 East Point. With this, what we anticipate, unassailable lead of 37 points. Ball went through the hands of Jeffrey, who's been good today. Loose ball. Devils under the pump here. Taylor's tackle was hot.
Careful tackle too.
Yeah, indeed. And squares away a stoppage. Deep in East Point's attack. Ball up. Hovey had a swing. Didn't get a lot of reward for the effort, though. Bishop gathered. Clearing kick. It's nearly going to be out of bounds on the full, is it? No. Just bounced inside. Much to the displeasure of McDougall, who wanted deliberate.
Yeah, that one wasn't.
Boundary throw in. Tick over 26 minutes gone. Third term here. Van Meel with the tap. Went searching for Willems. Fawcett got on the end of it. Tackled. Taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up. 37-point lead to the Kangas. Tap one by Hovey. Rodamaronis gathered. Tackled there by Adam Azzopardi, who's fought hard all afternoon. Baker went to ground. Squared away another stoppage. 35 metres out from the East Point goal. Ball up. No real advantage from the ruckman. Soccer off the ground there from Conlon. Thompson couldn't gather. Beecham's in trouble. Knocks it out. Only as far as Bishop, who couldn't gather. Ball shoveled out to Canny. Dribbling ball to the last line is seen over the line by Matt Riccardi for a rush behind East Point's 14th of the afternoon.
Spent most of the quarter in the forward half, East forward half, hasn't it?
7-14-46, 56 East Point. Lead Darley 3 straight 18. And Matthew Brett to bring the ball back into play. Again with a high kick beyond the defensive 50. Cadman the fly. Taylor the soccer. Couldn't get it through the traffic. And there'll be a ball up. 38-point lead to East Point after they led by 9 at half time. Clean bowled Fawcett. Soccer off the ground. Open the door here for Kenny, who couldn't gather. Rodamaronis could, but he was tackled and taken to the ground by Fawcett. And there'll be a ball up. Tap one by Hovey. Went boundary side. Adam Azzopardi quite happy to see it over the line. And there'll be a throw in. 35 metres around from the Kangas goal. Deep in time on third term. East Point 56, Lee Darley 18. Tap one by Angwin. Got it to Denham, who had half a swing at it. Soccer off the ground. Bouncing ball. Chance there for McDougall. He had his kick thumped through the behinds by Matthew Brett for another rush behind. So all the Kangas in this third term. Another behind. So Matthew Brett will bring the ball back into play with another drop punt. Gets it beyond the defensive 50. Angling the target. Pulled it in. But the umpire will blow the whistle and effect a ball up. Time ticking away here, deep in this third term. Denham and Hovey. Finally, Denham gathered and sent the ball forward towards defensive side of centre wing for the Devils before a repeat stoppage. And a breather territory gain momentarily for the Devils. Tap one by Van Meer. Went boundary side, gathered there by Taylor. And went back to Merritt. Standing start, territory gain, shallow entry inside 50. And cut off by Matthew Brett, who's probably elevated himself into the best players.
Yeah.
Kick kept low. It was a good kick into the breeze to Angwin. So Angwin with ball in hand, trying conditions. At least they could have played it on this side of the ground, Mark, not 200 metres away from us.
Yeah.
Done us all a favour. So Angwin into the breeze.
Just ticked over the 30-minute mark too.
To a swarm of players. At East Point have won so many of those contests. Rodamoronis over the footy. Knocked it to the advantage of Howard. Standing star kick across the body. Matthew Brett with the spoil. The safety of the boundary line, and he'll find it. There'll be a boundary throw in 60 metres away from the East Point goal. 39-point lead to East Point. They've kicked 4 goals, 6 to no score in this term. So they averaged 9.6 points against in third quarters against opposition since round 1. East Point, very impressive, and they're going to keep that points against under 10 intact for another week. There'll be a ball up on half forward, out of side of the ground for East Point. Ball up, tap one, well, call that even. As the siren sounds to end the arm wrestle, albeit an arm wrestle well and truly in favour of the hosts this afternoon. And the undermanned Devils struggle. 3 goals, 18. They trail East Point 7-15, 57. A 39-point lead to East Point, who are well on their way to an 11th straight win here in front of, well, a sparing home crowd given the conditions. There have been a few brave souls turn up and make their way over to the social club. But it's East Point who lead. Mark, you got the goal kickers.
Yeah, goal kickers. Only multiple goal scorer Geordie Johnston with 2, and then singles to Matthew Johnston, McDougall, Jeffrey, Merritt and Conlon. And for Darley, Brady Wright with 1 and Andy has a party with 2. Dotty?
All right, well, before we go we'll go around the grounds before a break.
Sure, around the grounds. Close game, Melton South, Bacchus Marsh. Melton South 5-8-38 to Bacchus Marsh 5-7-37. Sunbury 5-11-41, slightly in front of Redan 4-3-27. Lakers 3-5-23, trail Sabas 8-8-56. And North Ballarat 1-2-8, trail Melton 5-5-35.
There you have it. That's BFNL action update. It'll be the lowest scoring round of the year across the region, and that will come to no surprise, well, to us, given what's transpired in front of us this afternoon and the conditions going on around Western Victoria this afternoon. Well, guys, we'll take a break. It's East Point with a match-winning lead here over the Devils. They lead by 39 points. Not far off a start here, ahead of the fourth quarter action, here at Eastern Oval. It's the Kangas 7-15-57 who lead the Devils 3 straight 18. The Devils held scoreless into the breeze in that third term and has set up a match-winning third quarter lead for East Point after they led it by 9 points at the half. Tap one by Hobie to get played away. Adam has a party at ground level. Matty Johnson with the pressure. Those two will sleep well tonight.
No doubt.
Ball up. Gee, the footy is... barely see the footy. It's like trying to watch the puck on the ice hockey. Just can't see it. Ground level ball. Tunnel ball at that. Looks like a bit of fun in the mud, really. Of course, the Devils losing Brett Bewley in the warm-up, which I did say was a bit of an overreach given the conditions. Hardly a warm-up, Mark.
Correct.
As Hobie won that tap. Denham tried to go with the outside of the boot, soccer style. Taylor's had a bit of it. Went the soccer. So too Molan. Chance for Fawcett. Molan decided to pick it up and send the ball forward. Beecham went the spoil. The ball just slid off the fist of Kenny. It was a bit unfortunate there because he had McDougall out who pushed forward. Tunnel ball prevails again in a stoppage.
In that third quarter, East Point won the inside 50 count 14-4, Todd.
Ball up, tap one by Hovey. Johnson found Filmer, shrugged the tackle. A rare hand pass today and a rare effective one at that. Got it to Merritt. Torpedo inside 50. Duncan Cadman went the spoil. Then to ground. Rodamaronis got it to Taylor, who's been important. And the kick was good and found Cairns. And Jesse Cairns will go back and have a shot on goal. Of course, East Point have kicked 4 behinds this afternoon to the right of screen, all in that second term. And have a chance to
get their first one at that end.
That end for the day, into the breeze, and extend on a 39-point lead here in fading light, albeit overhead, and we're aided by the unnatural light. So it'll be Cairns with a deliberate shot on goal. Off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. So not for the first time today. And, of course, that forward 50 count in that third term a little bit sort of underrated because a lot of behinds to East Point. They just kept the ball in for the most part, which didn't equate to another
inside 50, correct.
So Duncan Cadman got plenty on the torpedo, got it to Denham. So his kick got towards half forward. A couple of little soccer kicks from Brown, just threw it out to Mole and the umpire was blinded there. Opportunity here for Howard, went by hand to Merritt, who went back to Jones, kick across the body. Inglis somehow got it to Matricati, who went the soccer. Howard and Matricati were going at it, and then the ball fell in that direction. Matricati saw it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Boundary throw-in to take place here. Broadcast centre wing. East Point 57, Lee Darley 18. Tick over 3 minutes. Gone in this final term. Both sides looking forward to the inevitable, the final siren, no doubt. A little bit prematurely than most weeks, you'd think. Now, Taylor, the gather was almost very good. Chance here for Cairns, who was strong. Matricati applied the pressure. Cairns stood up in the tackle. Got it to Taylor, who carried it over the line. There'll be a boundary throw-in.
About time was this side of the ground, Todd.
Yep. Hello, boys.
Give the binoculars and the eyes a rest.
And a big thank you to everybody who's braved the watch this afternoon via the BFNL match setup. Throw in. Hovey at the back. Couldn't gain any purchase by foot with the soccer. Rodamaronis stood up in the tackle and fired the hand pass out to Cairns. So they've had a couple of clean moments by hand in trying conditions, East Point. And Geordie Johnson came out in front of Duncan Cadman and took a mark on the chest. And he too goes with the torpedo. And like his brother, got plenty of purchase on the kick. And it fell right into the lap of Kenny, who took a mark 50 metres out from goal. He can chip it over the top. just went the required distance. So, ball in hand opportunity here for East Point. It'll be Conlon who kicked that terrific goal in the third term. Across the body. So he'll kick from about 40, close up against the boundary line. Lowers the eyes, kick goes forward, got to the goal square. Geordie Johnson, couple of little efforts. And McDougall, something out of nothing. The gather was clean, and the kick across the body was good.
Great effort there from the big forward, wasn't it?
Yeah, McDougall gets his second.
Bend over and pick it up in these conditions and kick accurately.
That's 5 unanswered goals for East Point since half-time. And the lead extends, albeit into the breeze for East Point. 8-15, 63, Darley 3 straight 18. Devils need to hang in while the result is a given. Percentage may well play a part.
Bit of scoreboard respectability, isn't it?
Indeed. So right in the middle of the ground here, it'll be Hovey, the standing start, and Van Meel. They cancelled each other out. Conlon's knock went as far as Johnson. His knock forward was as good as a kick given the conditions. Good effort there from Inglis to stand up and ride the tackle. Bouncing ball. Hurried kick forward there from as a party. Got it inside 50. Soccer off the ground there from Brown. He's a hard footy at the moment. Ball at ground level. Umpire will come in and effect a ball up. In a rare inside 50 in this second half for the Devils.
Interesting move, Todd Matty Brett's gone forward.
That is interesting. I don't mind that.
No.
So the Murley shovel didn't really gain any advantage, but there's been a free kick picked out here.
Plucked out a free kick to Darley, is it? Yep.
And it's going to go the way of Harley Inglis, by the looks.
Looks like Strawn Robinson's done something there to an ankle, possibly.
Well, he did. He has had a calf complaint the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate for Robinson. Let's hope it's not that that calf that saw him miss last week. Yeah, he's very ginger. So it'll be Inglis. Get plenty on the torpedo to the danger zone through hands. Good mopping up there by Howard, who got it to Taylor, who's had an excellent game today. Hurry kick forward there by Johnson. He's not been shy on gathering the ball either. Beecham with a tumbling kick deep forward. Spoilt there by Matty Brett. Not his first of the afternoon either, mind you. Clearing kick out of the congestion towards half-back. Territory gain. Each point off the hook for a moment. The gather from Fawcett was good. Sent the ball back into attack. Brett the target. Went away from him. Howard knocked it to the advantage of Merritchie. They've had some outnumber on a lot of occasions today, East Point. But unfortunately, the kick let them down. And Matricati will take the resultant free kick. Could gather over the fence too, Mark, there from Matricati in trying conditions.
Correct.
So it'll be Matricati who does the torp and gets plenty of it into the danger zone. Spoil over the back. Chance here for Willems. Shoveled it forward to Taylor, who went searching for Brown. Found him, but he couldn't gather cleanly. And then Joel Cadman could, but he was bailed up by Brown. And there'll be a ball up 35 metres away from the Darley goal. 45-point lead to East Point after they led by 9 at the half. They certainly made the most with the breeze. As that separation we anticipated between the two sides has unfolded, despite conditions giving every indication that scores would be closer. Clearing kick out of the congestion from Matty Johnson. Fawcett was courageous and then broke the tackle, threw the ball onto the boot. Chance for Denham. Could have gone by hand to Crawford. And Matty Brett presents and was held. And he'll get the free kick. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. And it won't be his first if he's able to convert. He did kick one earlier in the season, Matty Brett.
Yep.
So he'll enjoy this moment despite the reality of the scoreboard. It's been a good play today. So Matthew Brett kicks on its way. He might have snuck it in, Brett, but he has.
It's his second goal for the season, Matty Brett.
And Darley's fourth straight of the afternoon, if you don't mind. 4 straight, 24. They trail East Point 8-15-63. 23 scoring shots to 4. That's a discussion for another time. But it does say a lot about the difference between these two sides today. Well, the Devils have been undermanned and brave. The reality is there's a 39-point difference between the two. Near 11 minutes gone into this final term. So it'll be Hovey to contest the ruck against Van Meel. They've been at it all day, those two. Conlon's hurried kick, gained about 3 or 4 metres. As the party picked it up, was tackled, taken to the ground. His brother said, well, I'll have it. And he sent a tumbling left foot kick. Adam has a party to the attacking 50. They'll combine here by hand. East Point will Merritt drop what he'd normally take cleanly. We'll give him a forgive run for given the slippery nature.
Correct.
You just seem to take those kind of things for
granted.
For granted, thank you, mate.
Yep.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Baker over the footy. Couldn't gather. Rodamaronis could. How about the vision? Got it to Filmer. And his kick found Joe Carmody in the coach's box. Out of bounds on the full.
That's a handball to the voice, Todd.
Yes, yep. They've had reward for their cleanliness to East Point and their outnumber at the contest.
Yep.
So it'll be Beecham to bring the ball back into play. Goes with the old Torp. Tumbling kick. And only goes as far as Johnson, who goes with the right boot. Inglis can mark this, and he does, on the chest, and he'll waste no time. And he too goes the old-fashioned torpedo for the same result. Umpire's going to pay that juggling attempt at the mark. There's no advantage, Matty, on a mark, so that'll have to go back.
The kick to be taken.
To Johnson, and he'll go lateral to Merritt. Made a rare blue, kick around the body, fell fortuitously into the hands of Thompson. Reward for covering the ground and pushing over to Merritt, who's... Oh, what happened there? The kick smothered there by Baker, and there'll be a boundary throw in. See, and there's... the hands don't deserve the treatment of the effort, do they, of the smother?
No.
On a cold afternoon here at Eastern Oval. 13 minutes gone. Van Meel had front spot when searching for Taylor. Baker released the ball by hand. Denham in front, just got knocked to the ground. And Merritt might have caught one for his trouble. Here's the chance for McDougall. Quick hands, missed Filmer on that occasion. Picked up by Johnson, carried over the line for a boundary throw-in. On half forward. It's hard to say the sting's gone out of the game, Mark, because everything that's unfolding is stinging these players.
Yeah, very lacklustre though at the moment.
Boundary throw in, tap one. Well, we'll give that to Van Meel. Jeffrey went without it. Crawford at ground level. Denied effort. Denied Jeffrey. Kick out of the congestion from Matt Riccardi. Use of the body from Murley was okay. Willems was up to the task, though. His kick went up the side of the boot and fell into the hands of Filmer, who went by hand to Rodamaronis. He'll get onto the right boot. Kick across the body. Taylor couldn't hang on to it. Difficult attempt. They got numbers again, East Point. Through Matty Johnson. He coughed it up by hand. Might have Crawford caught one for his trouble. It's a little bit worse for wear. It'll be a ball up. So it'll be Hovey, who just won that tap. Chance here for Matricati. Been good today. Hurried kick forward. Out in the direction there of the youngster there in hard hinge. Gather was pretty good. Nearly got pinged for holding the ball again, but his tunnel effort was good, and he just hurried the ball towards half forward, but only as far as Merritt. He went wide to Johnson. The gather was clean. Right foot kick, tumbling torpedo, territory gain at that to half forward. Fawcett went the soccer. Chance here for Bishop, over the ball. Now Fawcett's been bailed up there by Jeffrey, and they'll square away a stoppage. And there'll be a ball up. So a goal apiece in this final term. Tap one by Van Meel. Rodham through traffic. Could have given the hands to Johnson, but went around the shoulder. Kicked it towards the attacking 50. Fawcett went the soccer. Clean bowler, tired Matricati. And there'll be a ball up. Just outside 50 metres away from the East Point goal. 8:15, plays 4 straight in favour of East Point here. Matricati dispossessed. Adam Azapati took on the would-be tackler there in Van Meel. Spill it out back to Matricati. Tumbling ball into the middle of the ground. Into the mud pit. Thompson did everyone a favour and socketed it out of that quagmire to Molan. And they combined by hand to Q. And his kick across the body. The gather was terrific from Jeffrey. Skewed the kick off the side of the boot. Onto the volley of Matty Johnson, who somehow got enough purchase on the ball to get a shallow entry inside 50. Duncan Cadman's kick was cut off. Kick went forward. McDougall spent it before he got it, but he kept it in front of him and hustled well. And then he gathered and ran to 50 and lowered the eyes and went wide in the direction. Umpire called play on. Johnson wanted a free. Oh, here's a chance for Willems.
What a pick-up.
And he snuck it through the youngster. Great finish there from Willems.
Very good skills there below his knees.
And he gets East Point's 9th of the afternoon. 9:15:69. East Point lead Darley 4 straight 24. We've got a 45-point lead to East Point, marching their way to an 11th straight win. Couple of close games going on around the BFNL at the moment. We'll keep you updated with scores in a moment as we reach the 17-minute mark of this final term here.
Quickly, Melton 6:10:46, trail Backer Smash 8:8:56, Sunbury 8:12:60, lead Redan 5:4:34, Lakers 3:6:24, trail Sebast 9:8:62, North 1:39, trail Melton 6:5:41.
Ball up, tap one by Hobie, went over there to Baker. Johnson tried to gather, then went the soccer, played the percentages. Willems, the last goal kicker, couldn't gather. Denon could on the non-preferred. Kick across the body. Only went, it went 9 metres, but we'll pay the mark anyway. Got it to Van Meel, who went wide looking for Rodham. And his outstretched hands couldn't deny the ball going over the line for a boundary throw-in. And we'll enjoy a moment right in front of us here in the broadcast position on centre wing, albeit attacking side for the Devils, who trail by 45 points, near 18 minutes gone. Tap one by Van Meel. Adam Azapati's gather was good. He was dispossessed by Rodham. Soccer along the ground from Cairns. Got it towards Bishop from the Devils, who gathered, but took the safety option and took a step over the line because Canny was coming. And there'll be a throw-in on half forward. Broadcast sign for East Point. The Kangas 69, lead the Devils 24. Throw in to take place. Hobie won that tap, searching for Baker. Tired Baker running after the footy, gathered and was happy to carry it over the line for a throw in.
Very weary boys out there at this stage of the afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. And the load that those outs puts on the more seasoned players from week to week really does take its toll.
Yep. Spending a lot more time around the footy.
And today's been another example of that. Hovey did well in the ruck there on that occasion. Fawcett's commitment was good, but couldn't really impact the contest. And the youngster just cramping up. The frustration there for Fawcett.
Seth Fawcett. I think it's Seth.
So a break in play momentarily as we tick over 19 minutes into this final term. He can't move, the youngster, unfortunately. And he just happens to be right in the middle of play. So he'll be One step at a time, ushered from the ground. In clear discomfort as Hovey won that tap. Ground level ball. Shark there by Inglis. Got it to Baker. Got foot to ball. Only as far as Merritt. His territory gain. Went inside 50 for the Kangas. It was Johnson, in fact. Went inside. Was it? I think it was Merritt, but anyway. A couple of ones there.
Yeah, Merritt.
Got it right the first time. 69 East Point. Lead Darley 24. 20 minutes gone. Final term. Boundary throw in to take place. East Point in attack. Throw in. Went over the head of Hobie. Inglis gathered was good. Threw the ball onto the boot. Not out of trouble yet. The Devils. Chance here for Geordie Johnson. Kick was smothered. Much to the discomfort of Duncan Cadman. The spoil in the middle of the ground was very good. Chance here for the Kangas. Through Howard. High up and under kick. In front there was Bishop. Had a couple to beat. Boundary line was on his side in the end, and there'll be a boundary throw in. It was Fraser, in fact, with that
Up and under.
up and under kick. Boundary throw in to take place. Near 21 minutes gone, final term.
No one's hurrying, Todd.
No. Tap one by Van Meel, who's soldiered on today. Inglis just slipped over and didn't touch the footy. Rodamarona's been good in the second half. Kick across the body from Taylor, so too he. Umpires picked out a free kick. It'll go to Matty Johnson, who had a truckload of the ball in the opening half especially. He's just kept racking them up. And he went short to Taylor. So Taylor with ball in hand. Matty Johnson comes off for a well-deserved rest. So he just chips it into the pocket. And Jeffrey, who's also been a solid contributor today for East Point, took an uncontested mark on the lead. And we'll just take a few seconds off the clock and do all 36 players on the ground a bit of a favour and a chance to take a breath. Near 22 minutes gone, final term. It'll be Jeffrey from 50. Kicks the ball to the hot spot.
Oh.
And an uncontested mark in the end. That was pretty poor defence there from the Devils on that occasion to allow that. And the shot on goal will come. And a chance for the Kangas through the agency of Conlon to kick their 10th of the afternoon.
And he's second.
So that would amount to 25 shots on goal for the Kangas. That's a fair effort in these conditions.
Yep, exactly.
So Conlon found McDougall, if you don't mind. How about that for a shank? And he'll play on around the body. I hope he snuck that in. No, he hasn't.
Missed.
Well, listen, be Benny Hill music over those highlights there, I tell you.
Comedy of errors.
9-16-70, East Point lead Darley, 4 goals straight, 24. I think McDougall's kicked 4 or 5 behinds and one on the full today with his... So go next to his 2 goals. So the kick in, out of defence from Angwin. Got plenty of it. Got it to broadcast centre wing. Jacob Brown will do the mopping up. Saw the split and took it on. How about the kick?
Great kick.
Found Jeffrey just outside 50.
Just playing that spare beyond the ball.
So he got plenty on the kick to the goal square. Players set themselves. A swing from Beecham. Just got a hand on a chance here for Conlon, who's looked dangerous in the second half. Kick across the body. Did he get the journey? Touched. East Point 17th behind of the match. 9-17-71. Lead Darley 4 straight 24. Near 24 minutes gone, final term. Bacchus Marsh lead Melton South by 12 points. Angwin again. Funny looking kick, but got plenty of territory. Copy paste of the previous.
There's
got it the
Brown
broadcast centre wing. And Brown, who went back through traffic like we just saw moments ago, and lowered the eyes and hit a target and found Merritt, who played on and gave it back to Brown. Kick went through the hands of Fawcett. Strong play there from McDougall. Tackle was good from Baker. Not before he could release the ball to Taylor, who got it to Cairns, had a flying shot at the goals, and missed off to the right for another minor score. 9-18-72, East Point. Darley 4 straight 24. We're out to a 48-point lead to the hosts. And it'll be Angwin again. He lowers the eyes. And the kick meant for Beecham. Look out! The social club on it holding the ball. The umpire called play on. And the release kick, the soccer ball, went along the ground over the line for a boundary throw-in.
I don't know whether he actually took possession, did he?
Adjacent to that social club. Near 25 minutes gone. Final term. Boundary throw-in. Tap one by Van Meel. Chance here for Filmer. High up and under kick. In the McDougall direction. Couldn't take the mark. He's looked dangerous. Jeffrey dropped it and pinged by the umpire. So it's Fawcett with ball in hand. Thought the aliens had how about that? That kick, he might be a right footer. Looking at that attempt on the left. Kick out of defence there from Adam Azapati. Went off hands. So he was dumped as he kicked the youngster. And down the ground, free kick will go Darley's way. And it'll go to Murley. Thought the aliens have arrived, but it's all the headlights of the cars, Mark. So Murley got a bit on the kick. Matthew Brett with the spoil, did well. Chance here for Fraser. A few devils around him. Bishop, one of those, knocked out of the contest. Matricardi did well to hold that ball up. Taylor been very good today. Always sneaks in the best. Very consistent contributor, Taylor.
Seen plenty of torpedoes today too, Todd.
Yeah. And I think the Devils were following the East Point lead there in that torpedo theme. Well, Rodder Moranis just threw that out. Got away with it. Chance here for Taylor. Just got boot to ball. Chance here for Conlon. Hand pass over the top was ambitious. Meant for Geordie Johnson. He couldn't gather and keep it in. There'll be a boundary throw in. So the Kangas, who lead by 9 points at halftime, have extended to a 48-point advantage, near 27 minutes gone in this final term. I don't mind the players, Mark, but we'll sleep well tonight too, my friend. I tell you what, it's been a testing day here at Eastern Oval.
Yes.
Through traffic went Murley. Kick went off the side of the boot, only as far as Conlon, who thought, well, if you can kick it off the side of the boot, Cooper, I'll match you. Did the same thing and the ball bounced over the line.
Quick score update. North 1-7-13, Trail Melton 6-5. Lakers 3-6-24, Trail Sebas 10-10. Melton South 7-10-52, Trail Bacchus Marsh 8-12-60. Sunbury 9-12-66, Redan 5-5-35.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Chance here for Cairns. Kick across the body to the danger zone. McDougall chugging attempt at mark. Couldn't do it. And it's rushed through for another behind. Just got it through there, Fawcett, because they were coming, the Kangas. They were hopping into that goal square. But another behind. 9-19-73 East Point. Darley 4 straight 24. Angwin comes broadcast side. Thanks, Trent. Found Matthew Brett, who pushed right up. Couldn't take the chest mark in the end. Just slipped off the shirt and over the line for a boundary throw in. Players exhausted. 28 minutes gone.
Yeah. Yep.
Even the train looks exhausted on the horizon there. Mark, have a look at that. It's going about 3 Ks an hour.
Yes.
Boundary throw in. Over the back the ball went. Matricardi gathered. Threw the ball onto the boot. To the advantage of, well, the boundary really. Dribbling ball over the line. There'll be a throw in.
Yeah, the train just wants to park up, I think, Toddy, for the night.
Oh, it's just had enough.
That's done.
It's done a calf.
Yeah.
Boundary throw in. Be a big win for East Point. Tap one by Van Meel. Ground ball opportunity for Rodder Moranis. Been a clean example in the second half. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Angwin floated across the front of McDougall and Beecham to knock it over the line for a boundary throw in. 50 metres around from the East Point goal. So Spiteri looking a bit proppy there, or just trying to get warm and keep 1 foot out of the mud.
I think so.
From as each step forward.
Yeah.
Tap one by Hovey. Soccer from Baker. Swing and a miss. Call it that. Denham. Got it knocked away from him. Chance for Cairns. Sends the ball forward. And the mark's been taken there by McDougall. On the chest. 20 metres out. Well, he's earned a third goal, McDougall.
That's what you get for playing in front.
Yep. Right place, right time. Footy IQ, very good.
Just got to execute now, Todd.
And East Point, well, they come to play. They make you play the minutes.
Yep.
And today's been another example of that. Since half-time, they've kicked 6 goals, 10 to Darley's 1 goal. And McDougall with a shot to improve on his 2-goal tally today. Off to the right. It's like a bad day with the putter for McDougall.
2-6.
Bad day with the putter.
Is that right? 2-5. Yeah.
2-5. 7 shots on goal in these conditions. I mean, Darley's only had 4.
Great effort. Yeah. Yeah.
9 goals, 20. 74 East Point. Darley 4 straight, 24. 50-point lead to the Kangas. 30.5 minutes gone, final term. Anglin with another example of the torpedo. Got plenty of it to centre wing. Joel Cadman just tried to trap it with his feet. Couldn't do so. Then forced the tackle and square away a stoppage. There'll be a ball up.
Mustn't have long to go.
2-5 in this term for East Point. 1 goal straight for the Devils. Through traffic went Adam Azzopardi. Chance here for Molan. Got ball to boot. Went looking for Taylor. Matricati went the soccer. Tackle was okay on Merritt.
Safe tackle.
Merritt and Matricati just helping each other up. Fully aware how difficult that it is after 3.5 quarters of footy. So it'll be Murley with ball in hand. Let's see if we can get on to 2 torpedoes in a row. Heavy ball. Not a bad effort. Gained about 35 metres. Hot footy. Riley Matricati's kept trying today. Ball just gets shoveled out there with streak there by Howard DeBolan, whose kick was smothered. Chance here for Baker. Tackled. Taken to the ground by Rodder Moronis. There'll be a ball up. He looks sore, Baker, doesn't he?
Probably been a different look to today for Baker without Bewley there.
Yeah, indeed. And he's bailed up again by Van Meel on this occasion. Loose ball. Defensive side of the stoppage. Cairns there, gathered. Hacked the ball forward to attacking side of centre wing. Ball fell in the hands of Adam Azzopardi. Left foot kick across the body. Bishop went the knock forward. Gathering was Howard. Got it to Fraser. He went with the hand pass over towards Merritt. He got plenty on the top. Beautiful kick into the breeze. Chance for Jeffrey. He's got a swarm of Devils around him. Azzopardi was one of them. Did well. Got a little bit on the kick. About 6 metres it went. Hovey hacked it forward. Only as far as Jones, who couldn't gather the ball cleanly. Geez, it's trying conditions out there. It's like watching kids playing in a mud bath, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
No?
Leg-weary players.
Well, with all respect, man, yeah. So, ball up.
Yeah.
The siren sounds to end play here on a very tough day for footy. East Point, well, they led at every change. They led by 17 points at quarter time, 9 at the half, 39 at three-quarter time, and extended to a 50-point win at the final siren. 9 goals, 20, East Point, 74. They've defeated Darley 4 goals straight, 24. And, of course, the big news out of the game was the late out of Brett Bewley and the early exit of Brady Wright, neither to be seen for the afternoon. Post that Brady Wright goal in the first quarter. Mark, you got the goal scorers.
Goal scorers for the day, multiple goal scorers, 2 to Jordan Johnston, 2 to McDougall, and singles to Matty Johnston, Jack Jeffrey, Merritt, Conlon and Willems. Goal scorers for Darley. Multiple goal scorer there was Andy Azzopardi with 2, and singles to Brady Wright and Matty Brett.
Well, I thought the Devils were brave, heavily undermanned, and they're quite a fledgling outfit of what we're used to seeing, given their host of outs, but they jog off as one. I'm not sure that's a representation of the unity. I think it's more like let's get to those hot showers.
I think so. It was a serviceable game from them, I'd suggest. But clearly East Point won the territory battle, and shots on goal. 29-4 is the tale of the day.
Yeah, indeed. So what to become of that? I think the onus for the Devils will be on just how they can get their players back on the park. But for East Point, well, they get a sleep in. They've got the bye next week. They'll enjoy that. Yep. And, of course, they've got Deng Lawal and Geordie Slater on the sidelines. So they'll soak up a couple of weeks of rehab, and the injury to Strawn Robinson, he looked a bit proppy late.
Yeah.
He'll savour the week off as well. So they look right on track, East Point. The Devils still remain an unknown quantity.
Certainly,
really.
And obviously the two that were injured, the captain Bewley and then also the forward Brady Wright. So just be interesting to see where they sit as far as, weeks out or whatever lies ahead for them.
So in the second half, that East Point, they'd won 10 in a row, second halves, by an average of 7 goals. They've kicked 6 goals, 11 in that second half to Darley's one goal. That's it. So 41-point advantage in the second half, and their average is 42. So, I like my numbers, and this one's just honoured that one with kept the average intact.
Solidifies the stats, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Well, all honours with East Point here this afternoon. Geordie Johnson and Bryson McDougall, the multiple goal scorers for the winners. A host of singles, whilst for the Devils, Andy Azzopardi, the only multiple contributor. Well, they just had a heap of territory gain, organised and quality players. East Point, they're the real deal. They're going to go deep in September as their 2024 season continues in the right trajectory under new season coach Joe Carmody. For Dan Jordan's Devils, well, what to make of that given the absentees? I'm sure it'll be a forgive run from Jordan, and they'll endeavour to regroup and get some players back on the park because right. It's getting very real, and they've had arguably the toughest run home, having to play the other 4 sides in the top 5. So, Mark, let's go around the grounds before we say good afternoon.
Round the ground, so we've got Melton South 7-10-52. I'd suggest have been beaten by Bacchus Marsh 9-15-69. Sebas easily accounted for Lake Wendouree 12-11-83 to Lake Wendouree 3-7-25. Sunbury got the job done against Redan 9-12-66 to Sunbury 5-5-35. And also the other game at Mars, North Ballarat 1-7-13. have been accounted for by Melton 6-5-41.
Yeah, tough day in the east, tough day in the west, but there had to be a winner, and this afternoon it was East Point, and deservingly so. Onwards and upwards for the Kangas. It's 11 wins on the trot. It's back to the drawing board for the Devils and back to the casualty room to get some boys back on the park. But on behalf of the Red Onion crew and the BFNL commentary team, we bid you all a good afternoon and have a safe weekend.